All right, we are finally live on YouTube and also simulcasting live on Facebook. Welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, the Late Night with Coach Eli edition. Glad you could all join me this late Saturday night or pretty much early Sunday morning, even in my neck of the woods. It is 3:01 a.m. Eastern, and it is 12:01 a.m. Pacific. It's after midnight, even on the West Coast where I'm at here in Northern California in the San Francisco Bay Area. So it is Sunday, right? Oh, man. I don't know where to start tonight, I'll tell you. I don't know where to start. You know, I've got a topic, as always. But I will start off by saying welcome to a real live stream or real show out here on YouTube, outside of all of those echo chamber-ish type of live streams that you may have once been a part of or maybe still occasionally are a part of. Or if you're really enthralled into that type of stuff, oh my gosh. I gotta tell you. I mean, here's the thing. Let me start off by saying this, okay? I made a promise to my audience that I would not talk about drama on YouTube or this one particular, drama group on YouTube ever again. And I was thinking about that earlier tonight before I went live, and I'll share more why I didn't go live at my originally scheduled time, which was it was going to be 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. I've had a lot going on. I started to think about, what I said, and then I also was looking at my audience. Who is my audience, right? And I should cater at least part of my content or the majority of my content to my active audience, right? I have a great group of people here now that truly support my channel. And many of those people, if not most of those people, used to be a part of that other side, or at least, was trying to make friends with that other drama spirit type of side, right? And, they want to talk about things. They want to hear my opinions. And they want to share their thoughts because they're probably not as happy about what some of those people are doing, just like myself. And I thought about it. I'm like, okay, on one hand, do I not talk about it and not give my audience part of, what they want and part of why they're here? Or do I talk about it and then people say I'm feeding into drama? Either way, I can't win, right? Have you ever been in a situation where regardless of which way you choose, you can't win? If you go left, you can't win. If you go right, you can't win. That's the situation I'm in here, right? I'm in that situation, right? But the truth of the matter is this. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Okay? I'm here to help people get a better grip on their lives. People that are open to suggestions and change, right? And the way I do that is by sharing examples of what to do and what not to do. It just so happens to be that this one group of people have become the perfect example of what not to do, right? It's the perfect example. Correct me if I'm wrong. Dream, Bruce, anyone else that's here on the YouTube side of things. If you're on Facebook, let me check. Nobody's watching on Facebook. I'll be periodically checking on Facebook every now and then. But you tell me. But I didn't even check to see if the notification went out. And it has on YouTube. And the back end of YouTube is rolling smoothly. We have 9 people here. It's interesting. I had like 27 likes before the show started, and now they're down to 19. Maybe somebody was massively thumbing me up and either changed their thumbs up to thumbs down, or YouTube filtered out those likes because they were coming from the same IP address, one person with multiple accounts. Anyway, thank you for the likes. somebody out there is really trying to make a statement by giving me all those likes. I mean, I'm hoping they're genuine and not just to stick it to the other side, which is what I think the real reason is. But either way, thank you for the likes. It's all good, right? But again, like, you know, these people are the perfect example of what not to be, right? So I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place, right? And at the same time, there are new people coming to my channel that don't have a clue about this group, right? And maybe they can kind of figure it out and maybe not, right? But is that fair to them? And are they going to understand what I'm saying if I continue to use these people on occasion for example purposes? Maybe, maybe not. We'll have to just wait and see. You know, I don't want to continue even using these people for example purposes, but the truth of the matter is the things I'm seeing, I'll be honest with you, the things I've been seeing lately have been keeping me up all night watching what these people are doing and just going, wow, wow, wow. Now, let me get the chat here and I'll share more about my thoughts regarding that and regarding my topic as well, which is my unconventional tough love coaching style, plus the facts of branding and marketing on and off YouTube. One more time. My unconventional tough love coaching style, plus the facts of branding and marketing on and off YouTube. I'm going to go through the chat. Then I'm going to share, you know, a little bit about what I've seen the past few days involving this echo chamber, also known as this drama sphere group, right? They're basically an echo chamber, and it's that echo chamber just seems to be further heading in the wrong direction. I also feel that echo chamber is beginning to start to lose traction, and they're trying to do some things to desperately, you know, keep their audience around by feeding into, you know, people or trying to antagonize people like myself and maybe American Dream in the chat and others, right? But I certainly see, you know, their echo chamber dying, right? At the same time, I'm also seeing a few other people that want to create content on YouTube that are part of their group and have turned their channel from its initial purpose of creating, you know, like how-to videos to a drama sphere echo chamber, such as this one content creator. I'm just going to mention his name or his channel's name. It's a derogatory name, but his channel's name is called Poon Handler. And like just seeing what that guy's been doing lately, it's like, look, I feel bad for the guy. But dude, Jesus Christ, live streaming all day, every day. And just talking about, you know, how pathetic and miserable you feel. I mean, it's really sad. It's really freaking sad. This dude spends the last few days, instead of going out and doing something over the weekend, he spends the last few days live streaming on YouTube all day, every day. And again, these are the types of people that I can help and I want to help uplift, right? I could help this guy, right? But if I even reached out to him to help him, right, free of charge, he would tell me to shove it up my you-know-what, right? Just because of the echo chamber he's a part of, right? I genuinely feel bad for this person and many other people within that echo chamber. I do. And it breaks my heart to see them go through these things, but as long as they're a part of that group, they're stuck in an endless loop of misery. That's the truth. That's the absolute truth. So let me check out the chat on the YouTube side of things because nothing's happening over on Facebook. And I'll continue in just a little bit. Also, I'm going to take one break tonight in between talking about my unconventional tough love, you know, coaching style. And then I'm going to play a video that pertains to what I'm going to first share here from my former channel. And the video is called Removing Bad Seeds from Your Life. It's a 23-minute and 58-second video from my former channel I used to run. And like I mentioned on past streams, I'm not going to be playing music during the breaks. I'm going to be playing past content to keep people engaged and to also show people what I used to do on my former channel. I created a lot of content. I have so much content, folks. It's those of you that have been following me those of you that have been following me for the last 4 years, which is what I'm trying to say, know how much content I used to create as well. And this video was created on May 30th of 2017, so almost 4 years ago. Almost 4 years ago. Another Coach Eli classic coming up at the break. All right, Bruce in the house. I look forward to the show. Welcome, Bruce. Then we had a suck account come in from the channel of that guy that lives in Louisiana. And I did ban him because I don't want that kind of stuff during the show. But actually what he said was absolutely true. I'll read to you what the troll said. And he came on using the name of this guy from Louisiana that runs a supposed blogging channel. His initials are RJ Blogs. And he comes on pretending to be him, which I knew was a sock, and writes, "I'm a failure. I'm not a good person. I've done things I'm not proud of." I have harassed other YouTube content creators for sport. Absolutely. Absolutely. To keep your mind off your pathetic, miserable life. In an attempt to be famous on YouTube, that's why all of us from the drama sphere, and he missed the word, other people's content for ourselves, we are untalented, sorry. It is mainly myself. I think he meant to say use other people's content. He left the word out. It is mainly myself. I'm going to just refer to the other guys, Mr. J and the BL, the other woman that runs a channel with the initials BL. You can figure it out. If you don't know who that is, just listen to the story anyway. Who stir the pot. We don't, people sometimes, he left out a word. I don't know what word was missing there. We don't people sometimes, but we are just having fun. You don't mean harm on people, or I don't know what you meant to say there. Sock account, RJ sock account. Visit my sister channel, RJ Vlogs. I meant to say we dox people. Okay, I meant to say we dox people. We don't dox people sometimes, but we are just having fun. Okay, well, you have doxed people, but hey, it is what it is. Everyone at some point or another, whether they like it or not, is probably going to get doxed on YouTube, especially if you use your real name and show your face. I mean, it's not the right thing to do, but I'm teaching people now that come to me for YouTube help and YouTube tips. Hey, if you're going to put yourself out there, be prepared. You're probably going to get doxed at some point. You're going to get trolled. You're going to get harassed. You're going to get it, right? But you got to just learn how to ignore it, right? And move on. Keep moving forward like I do. Furthermore, he says, my other channel, Life Works Drunk and American Dream Canceled. I will show you more of my work. We are good at ruining people's reputations. I took screenshots of this, by the way. This is classic. I also created an account, Sunflower Girl Cancel and Mystic Days Canceled. Here in Louisiana, I pick a YouTuber, then we just scored and chat. Then we strike one at a time. That's true. This person really doesn't like RJ. I only dox to people who make me mad, and then I put their information online for others to see it. Yeah, yes, RJ, you've doxed me too. You showed, a a copyright strike I put on you a while back, and you showed my information on your screen. Thank you, RJ. I appreciate that. Furthermore, he says, I have other legitimate channels like RJ Aquatics and RJ Electronic Appliances, but I can't put this content on there because I'll get flagged. Have a wonderful night, everyone. I'm going to go and try to restream him. Anyone that we don't like and make fun of them, because I'm RJ and I can do what I want. Okay? Haha, I meant restream others and then upload it on my LifeWorks drug channel. Have a good night. Oh, Jesus. I'm pathetic, but I love to win. I must destroy any YouTube content creators who don't do what I tell them to do. This was a great sock. I would have kept him around, but I just didn't want the show to be distracted for too long. Then he furthermore writes, my wife is leaving also. She says I spend too much time on YouTube. I don't care about my marriage as much as I do about YouTube. I don't care about other people. I'm the real power behind the group of us, not Mr. J. Well, you both are. You both are. You both are just ridiculous people. Let's put it to you that way. Just ridiculous, pathetic people. And then I banned him. No worries, I will be here, said Bruce, because I said the show will finally start in about 40 minutes. What happened, folks, is that I couldn't sleep last night, and I had some things to do, during the day, and I created the stream for 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific originally, and then I went to go and take a nap, and I did get up at about 5 p.m. I took a nap in the afternoon. I did get up about 5 p.m. and I was just still tired, so I went over to my couch and I just slept a few more hours. And then I got up. I went and grabbed some dinner, and then I just said, okay, let's just do this tonight. I put in the chat, I may either do this stream later tonight or tomorrow. And I'm up, made some coffee, I feel good. So I'm here and doing it now. So my apologies, folks, for those of you that were here earlier to view this show. American Dream 1.5 says, I'm still at work, got busy, accidents, fall, and elderly go in hand. I'll be in background listening to Lady Gaga. I like her style. Yeah, Gaga's cool. Dream says, I'm still here. I'm just doing an incident report. The song Telephone and the song Bad Romance are my two favorite from Lady Gaga. Cool, bro. Okay. Yeah, Dream. And then we had a sock that came in that said, copyright fraud specialist skank. American Dream is a narcissistic psychopath. Well, sir, you're projecting. Dream is not that. Dream and I have both had our moments. Everyone makes mistakes, including you, myself, Dream, and everyone else. Most people are mature enough to just let the past go, right? But this group of people just can't let anything go because they have nothing besides that, right? Dream says, I'm back, multitasking at the present time, but I'll keep an eye out for violators, aka trolls. Bruce says, everyone chant Eli and he shall appear. Eli, Eli, Eli. Dream says, Eli, Eli, Eli. Oh, come on, guys. Let's go. The big Eli is here. Well, that's great. That's great. That's great, Bruce. American Dream says, you are an authentic and genuine supporter of the people. You've sacrificed time for myself and many others so we can improve our current life. Dream, I would have done that for you even if you never made one donation, Dream. That's what a lot of people don't understand. At least from the wrong side of things. But thank you for saying that, Dream. Bruce says, I agree with you, Eli. Were you agreeing with me being stuck between a rock and a hard place? Is that what you meant? Because I just got to that. I know I was talking about that earlier. Whether to, talk about this because my audience wants to talk about it and give my audience what they want, but then at the same time, make it appear like I'm feeding into something. Like you're stuck between a rock and a hard place, right? So I'm just saying whatever, right? I'm just going to talk about whatever makes sense from here on out. That's just the way I'm going to do my shows, and I'm going to talk about my topics, and I'm going to help people that want to be helped, right? That's it. That's all. American Dream says, I'm not perfect. I have joked around in the past with others, but I am not hurtful towards others like these predators are. I made a conscious decision to quit behaving inappropriately. Well, Dream, listen, bro, you're going through something. In essence, Dream, you were doing kind of the same thing that Poon Handler is now doing, okay? You're using YouTube as an outlet, just like Poon Handler is, right? And because you're going through something, and maybe maybe all of your friends have deserted you, or maybe you don't feel like going out and being around your friends, and you're stuck at home. And in Poon Handler's case, he's I guess a plumber that is not getting a lot of work lately, and so he's stuck at home, right? And he's going through some stuff, and rather than reaching out for true support to help him get back on track, he comes out on YouTube and not only runs live streams all day every day to vent his frustrations and to share his misery, which I can understand why he's doing it, right? But not only does he do that, he is involved with this drama sphere echo chamber that doesn't really care about what he's going through. And they're just using him for content. Like, they're going to make a lot of content out of him if they already have it, right? And see, Dream, when I first came out on YouTube 4 years ago, when I first came out doing my first coaching channel, when I first became a real YouTuber, I kind of went through the same thing. Everyone goes through that phase, but at some point you got to snap out of it. The difference with me is that I've always created real content along with those additional, live streams I did where I kind of went off the rails a little bit because I was going through some stuff. I understand why people behave that way. But after a certain point, you got to say, look, this is just ridiculous. I'm wasting my time, Like, what am I getting out of live streaming all day, every day to a group of 20 or 30 or 40 people in my live stream chat that are, in essence, going through the same thing I'm going through and are not going to be able to truly help me snap out of it because they don't know how to snap out of it, right? That's where I come in. That's where people that have been through this stuff before and have worked through it and then become stronger come in, or can come in and help uplift these people, right? So that's what's happening with that guy. That's what was happening with you, Dream, until you came over here and you started, dealing with people like myself and others that care about you and accept you for who you are, and you don't have to prove anything to us, right? And we're not going to hold against you what you used to do on your channel, because at one point or another, every YouTuber's gone through that, right? You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Matt Shangy's sock account was in here. In my opinion, you'll always choose drama. You're like a teenager gossip queen. No, I just know exactly what I'm talking about, and I know how to solve the issue. I want to help people work through this. If that was even the real Shangy, which I doubt it was probably a sock. But if it was you, Shangy, hope all is well for you, bro. I wish you nothing but the best. American Dream says, pray for the people who are hurting and in pain. That's right, Dream. Adelaide's Advice Addict, welcome to the show. How you doing? Are you looking forward to our interview with you and your brother on my channel this coming week? Let me know if you're still around. Bruce retracted a message, okay? American Dream 1.5 says, we choose to forgive and move forward. All right. Yes, Coach Eli, I understand. Thank you, Dream. Thank you, Dream. All right. So let me talk about my unconventional, tough love coaching style, okay? I kind of talked about this a little bit a few streams ago, but I feel the need to talk about it again and go into even greater detail to get people to understand my style of how I help people. Okay? Let's be very clear. I am from Generation X, okay? I'm not a millennial. I'm not a post-millennial. I'm 47 years old, okay? I'm Generation X. And the generation that gave me birth were the baby boomers. My mother's still around, and some of the baby boomers are still around. Some of them have passed away, like my father passed away 13 years ago. I come from a different generation than the millennials, the Gen Y millennials, and the post-millennials, the Gen Z people, which are the current generation, also known as the I generation, because they were practically born and were handed a smartphone right when they came out of their mother's womb. And I remember my ex-girlfriend Dana's daughters, they couldn't put those things down. Not even for a second. Not even for a second. And I remember when any other technology items would break, they would like come to me because I knew how to fix them, right? Like, can you fix this? Can you fix? Oh, you want me to fix your phone? You can't live without it, huh? Can you please fix my phone? Yeah, it's all good, right? So you folks have to understand, not only am I, old school, meaning Generation X, the generation before the generation that changed the world, the millennials, but I was raised in a way where I received a lot of tough love from my father. My father, came from a very, very strong family. My father, his father, my grandfather, I was named after him. His name was Elias, Melas as well. That's a tradition in the Greek culture. The first son is named after the father's father, and the second son is named after the mother's father. So I was named after my dad's dad, my grandpa, and my brother was named after my mom's dad, my grandpa in Greece, because my mother's side of the family, with the exception of her, and the ones that are still alive are still in Greece, right? And the first daughter is, named after the father's mother, and the first daughter, or the second daughter, is named after the mother's mother, right? But I only have one brother, so I never got to that point. I'm just sharing with you folks how the old school, old-fashioned Greek Orthodox tradition was, and probably still is to this day, right? At least the ones that adhere to it, right? But I grew up during that time before the millennials, before everything changed. So I'm very traditional. I'm very old school. Okay, call me a tradcon if you want, even though I'm not conservative. I said this before. If you want to make a term called trad lib, traditional liberal, call me whatever. Call me traditional, right? That's me, right? My father and his family struggled and went through a lot back in the days to survive, right? And my father got a lot of tough love from his father, my grandpa, back in his younger days. That made him the man he ended up becoming to be before he passed away 13 years ago. That's the way my father raised me to be. I shared this story the other night on the stream. I'll share it again. When I was younger, I was a little smartass. I was always trying to get away with whatever I can because I wanted to outsmart my father. I was a little smarty pants growing up. Maybe I still kind of am, but I've learned how to manage it better. And I would do things purposefully just to have fun and try to get away with them, right? And one time, my father saw me doing something and came up to me and took off his belt and cornered me and whipped me with his belt. Not hard, not to kill me, but enough to the point of where I felt a little pain, right? And when he cornered me with the belt, I was pooping in my pants. I was. Begging him to stop, right? So I stopped and my father stopped, right? And then the very next time I tried to do the same thing or something stupid, all my father had to do was stand up and start unbuckling the belt. I'm like, okay, Dad. Okay, I get it. That's all he had to do, right? That's all I had to do. That was tough love. Tough love is something that you can't even give your kids anymore nowadays, even if you want to, because if you do, you go to jail because they call it child abuse, right? It's not child abuse. It's not child abuse to give your kid a little spanking to teach them discipline so they become a better person, so they don't become entitled like many of our youth have become nowadays because we can't discipline them anymore. But I learned discipline. I learned that, hey, if I make a mistake, I'm going to be held accountable for it. If I make a mistake, I'm going to be held accountable for it. That's what my father did. He taught me accountability. He taught me how to be a good, strong man. He taught me to not do stupid things. And if I do stupid things, to own up to them and work through them and work past them, right? And not do them again. Thank you, Dream. You beat me to that. You're on the ball tonight, Dream. Thank you. And because that's how I was taught to be, and I'm very proud of how I was raised and made to be, that's my style of helping and teaching people. Tough love. You want to call it unconventional? Call it unconventional, right? It really shouldn't be unconventional. But because of the way the Gen Y millennial generation changed things, and that has a lot to do with, laws and what you can and can't do to discipline your kids, which you really can't do anything anymore, right? If you can't discipline your kids anymore, how are they going to learn responsibility? How are they going to learn to stop making those stupid mistakes? They don't. A lot of them haven't. And that's why you see these millennials come out here on YouTube and behave like 2-year-olds because they never learned responsibility. They were never disciplined. Either because their parents didn't know how to do it or because they feared going to jail because the laws changed. Even if you give your child a little slap on the hand when they do something wrong, you go to jail nowadays. And I mentioned the other day, we have a generation gap, right? We have a generation gap. So my style of coaching probably will not resonate with most millennials and post-millennials. Now, the ones that give me a chance are the ones that I can help have an amazing life, right? There are a few, I've encountered a few millennials and post-millennials, the Gen Zers, that have old school values because they were raised differently. I can work with those people. I can help them, right? And they're going to go places. Let's take, for example, my moderator, Not So Nerdy Gaming, formerly known as Furious Gaming Reactor, formerly known as 8-Bit Reactor. I've known the guy for almost 2 years now, like a year and a half, almost 2 years. When I first met him, I tried to help him with a situation. And I gave him tough love because I cared about the guy. I still do, right? And I said, dude, I know it's a hard decision to make. I'm not going to talk about the situation, but he had a hard decision to make. And I said, dude, you got to first and foremost take care of yourself before you can take care of anyone else, right? What happened? This group of haters got to him, right? They pinned and pitted him against me, right? And they stopped talking with me and went on other streams and started talking smack about me, right? But I didn't let it get to me. You know why? Because I knew I got him the information that he needed. I knew I did my part. And I knew one day maybe it would sink in and it would help his life, right? It would help him out in his life, is what I'm trying to say, right? A year went by, 6 months ago, maybe a little less 6 months ago, I reconnected with him. And he apologized. And I said, dude, no need to apologize. That's okay. I get it. And he told me I'm in a better place now. I moved out of that situation. I moved into a better place. I've got a great job and I'm rebuilding my life. And I said, Not So Nerdy Gaming, or, his name is Will. I said, Will, what was the one thing that stood out to you the most when we talked, right? And Will said, he goes, when you said a man is defined by his purpose, I started thinking about that. I took that to heart. And then I asked myself, what is my purpose? And I was in a situation where I couldn't live my purpose. Exactly like you said a year ago. I was on the phone with Will, 5-6 months ago when we reconnected. And I was almost in tears. Folks, listen, I'm a strong guy, but I have emotions too. And when I get a story like that, and I know I made a difference in someone's life beyond the money. I never charged Will. And I never would. He's been a moderator, right? He's donated. He's become a channel member. And I appreciate that, but I didn't even expect that. I was helping him out of the kindness of my heart, right? But when I hear that, he came back and he realized that I really cared about him and I really was trying to help him. It almost put me in tears, even as a grown man. I'm not afraid to admit that. It takes a strong man to admit that, right? And to go live on YouTube and show that on camera, right? Guy now just rebranded his gaming channel and he's on his way to becoming not only a successful YouTuber, but he has a successful career. And you know what the great thing about it is? He's not even 30 years old yet. I said, dude, I wish I learned what you just learned when I was your age. You're lucky, dude. You got a gift because you allowed somebody to help you, right? This dude has so much life ahead of him now because he got out of a situation that wasn't good for him, that he wasn't ready for, and didn't know what he was getting into initially. And I helped him realize that. I never had any intentions of of breaking up a marriage or anything like that. My intentions are never ever to break up a marriage or a relationship. But I know when something doesn't seem right. I know when people are together for the wrong reasons, whether it's codependency or one side's manipulating the other side, right? Typically, people that aren't meant to be together, if they stay together, it's for a codependent reason. One side has the money, and then the other side is getting something in return from the side that doesn't have the money to offset that, right? Is that a healthy relationship? Is that real? Does that make you feel good about being with someone in a fake and phony way? The reason why I'm single for so long in between relationships is because it takes me a lot of time to find someone that I genuinely connect with. I don't want to be with a woman just because she's hot. I don't want to be with a woman because, she makes a lot of money, or her be with me because I make a lot of money, right? I mean, all that stuff has to be there. Both people have to show up, complete and whole as individuals, right? But I want someone to be excited to want to be with me and like me for me outside of anything and everything else. And I want to feel the same way about them, or it's not going to go anywhere. And when I see these people that are in relationships and marriages that don't make any sense, and I know they're wasting their time, that's when I, will share my thoughts and try to help them. But again, I've been scrutinized for, breaking up marriages and relationships. Nope, that's not what I do. I help people get out of bad situations that they're stuck in. And they came to me. These people have come to me. And when these people come to me, I tell them, look, I'm straight up, I'm old school, and I'm probably going to get in your face. But not for a bad reason, but because I feel I need to give you some tough love in order to get through to you. I gave Will some tough love. Because I saw him as a great guy initially. Will has an amazing personality. And with no disrespect to his ex-wife or anyone else he's associated with, he was miserable in that marriage. He was miserable. I could see it. At the same time, I saw his great personality, and that great personality would not be shining like it is today had he not made that change. But again, initially, because of other people getting in his ear and saying all this stuff about me, right? He went along with them for a while until he realized, my gosh, I hate to admit it, Eli's right. It's not about me wanting to be right. It's about me wanting to help. Genuinely. American Dream says they first called Bruce Lee style Unconventional. He became the Grand Master. Well, Dream, I'm not necessarily looking to become the Grand Master. I just want to help where I can. I just want to do what I can to help people get what they want and get what they deserve, and help them understand terrible situations and remove themselves from those terrible situations. I'm going to go through the chat, and then I'm going to take a break and play that video clip, removing bad seeds from your life, from my former channel, almost 4 years ago. Time flies, let me tell you. Anyone from the drama sphere who talks to you, they are retaliated against. It is disgusting. Yeah, they are. American Dream 1.5. All it is an echo chamber, bro. It's an echo chamber from channel to channel to channel, run by a few people, Mr. J and Mr. RJ. Mr. J from the L channel. I don't want to even say their full names anymore. And RJ that runs the RJ Vlogs channel, right? And then there's that BL lady, right? The BL lady. It's a few people that are trying to continue this echo chamber of people that are just unhappy and miserable, right? And they go from channel to channel to channel, and all they do is talk smack about people that they perceive to be better than they are. Because here's the thing. If they already know that they say they're better than me, right? Which, if that's how they feel, that's on them. I could care less, right? But even if they honestly feel they're better than me and anyone else, why do they feel the need to project that, right? Why do they feel the need to put that out there, right? Well, one of two reasons. Number one, they're insecure, which is what I think it is. Number two, they have no other content, and they're just trying to create the most cringy content to entertain an audience of people that follow them, because that's the only audience they have. It's pretty sad, dude. It is. American Dream 1.5 says he sounds awesome. Dream, you need to connect with us on Hangouts, bro. I sent you a request on Hangouts, Dream. Dream, why don't you do this? Why don't you open up Google Hangouts from your main account and add me under this email right here? I'm going to put it in the chat. You have my email, Coach Eli at coach.eliasmelas.com. If you could do it now, that would be great. I can verify it's you. Anyone from the drama sphere who, I already read that. He sounds awesome. I read that. About the codependency, says Dream. It is not a healthy relationship. It drains the life out of you. I agree with you, Coach Eli, because you've been in a codependent relationship, Dream. But the thing is with you, Dream, is, I can go as far and say this. I'm not going to say everything we talked about. That's confidential. But I'll go as far and say things you've gone public on, Dream. You've been in a codependent relationship. And you're a good guy, and you actually do love your wife. You're just not in love with her. You don't wish any harm upon her, and you want her to be happy. It's just that you don't feel fulfilled with her in a marriage or relationship in the ways you want to be fulfilled. That's it. But you're still kind of hanging on to each other because she helps you in certain ways, you help her in other ways, and that's codependent, bro. But at least you understand it, right? At least you understand it. This other woman I was helping out last week that people have been talking about, she's in a codependent relationship. She needs to get out of it. It's unhealthy, right? But people are going to come out and say, oh, Eli breaks up relationships, right? No, I don't. I know when things aren't right. It's not right. She's in a 12 or 13-year relationship. Her boyfriend lives 300 miles away, hasn't seen her in many months, is making excuses that because, he's living with his father and helping his elderly father who's not feeling well, he doesn't want to put his father at risk for COVID. Dude, that's BS. You've been with this woman for 12, 13 years and you haven't seen her for 2 or 3 months. Any other woman that had self-respect and self-love would have left that guy a long time ago. All I was trying to do is help this woman understand that you have a lack of self-respect, ma'am. You do. If you're still watching, you have a lack of self-respect to let someone play you in that way. And if you're going to put up with being disrespected like that, then the only other logical explanation why you're still with him is because you're getting something from him in a codependent way. Yeah. So what did this? I'll tell you what this woman did. I'll even update everyone, and even the other side wants to know about it too, right? So we were connected on Facebook. She unfriended me on Facebook. And then I removed her as a mod, right? But then I went one step further. I blocked her on Facebook because typically, if you have a falling out with someone, and it wasn't even a falling out, she just chose to walk away, right? I block people because I have my social media locked down now. I only connect with people on Facebook I trust. So Dream, if you're on Facebook and you want to connect, I'm all for that. I do trust you. But I blocked her, right? And she ran away. She ran off, right? Why did she run off? She ran off because her man, more than likely, threatened to leave her if she comes back, right? Another control tactic that she's allowing him to do, right? Right? It all makes logical sense, doesn't it? Right? But the other side wants to say that I ruined her relationship. No, that relationship was already done. She's wasting her time, and she's disrespecting herself. See, that's what people don't understand or don't want to understand, or people that are just trying to criticize you because they perceive you to be better than them. They'll say anything like that to try to make you look bad, right? It doesn't make me look bad because the real people know exactly what happened. And I don't see American Dream leaving. I don't see Jenny from the block leaving. None of my mods are leaving. And they all knew her, right? They also know how I am, how truthful and honest I am. And everything I mentioned was exactly what happened. It was tough love, right? It was tough love. She needed tough love. And let me tell you, I'm not quite sure what's going to happen between her and her man, but I bet you at least this gets her to start thinking about what I said. She's going to think, am I being respected? Do I respect myself? Am I really in a codependent relationship? Why am I with this guy for all this time if he's not making any effort to see me for several months after 12 or 13 years of being together? Come on. Put two and two together, people. Come on. American Dream 1.5 says, I'm fixing to make a split this week. I'm moving into my new place, and if I'm moving with my wife, we'll be stuck 6 more months together. If we get separate places, we'll be separated. You got to do what you feel is right, bro. You got to do what you feel is right for yourself. If I was in your shoes, I would have moved out a long time ago if that's how I was feeling. I'm not going to spend one extra day with a woman that I'm not head over heels in love with. I could be in love with a woman, so I could love a woman and not be in love with her. And if I'm not in love with her, but I still love her, I cannot be around her. That's just how I am. I cannot be around a woman that I'm not in love with. I can't. Even if I love her as a person and don't want to hurt her by leaving her, if I'm not feeling it, I would rather make her aware and not be around her and leave her than drag things on and make things worse down the road. I'm in a bad situation with my marriage. You've been nothing but honest. I know in my brain it is over, but my heart holds on for some reason. Because you're emotionally attached, Dream. Dream, you've been with her for what, 15 years or greater? Dream, listen, my longest relationship has been 5 years, right? And even after 5 years, that's a strong emotional bond that's hard for a man to let go, and a woman. You are emotionally attached, Dream. That's why you can't let it go. If you want my help to help you detach from this emotionally, I can help you. But it's going to take a lot of tough love that you may not like, right? I'm being honest with you. I'll give it to you straight. I've been through it, right? As long as you hold on to that emotional attachment, Dream, you're never going to let it go. Same situation with Will. He was emotionally attached to his ex-wife, but he knew it didn't feel right. He was stuck between a rock and a hard place, kind of like you are. Kind of like what I said at the beginning of the show when I said, do I talk about these drama people for example purposes, which is what my audience wants, at least for part of my shows, the audience that's here, and give them what they want? Or do I not give them what they want? Right? But if I do give them what they want and I talk about it, am I feeding into them? I'll get scrutinized for that. Either way, I can't win, right? Sometimes we're stuck between a rock and a hard place, right? And we have to do things to break the chain. I've been in this position many times, Dream and everyone else. And I've always made the tough but necessary decision of detaching myself emotionally and letting that person go. And it hurts. It hurts like a mofo, bro. It hurts like a mofo. It's going to hurt for days, weeks, and even months. But the longer you prevent yourself from starting to feel that pain, the more pain you're going to feel down the road when you finally let it go. This is tough love. I'm being honest and real with you, bro. I'm going to treat you the same way I treat everybody else. Tough love. That's what I'm all about. But it's tough love from the heart because I really freaking care, man. American Dream says, these other people would use me and my wife's marital difficulties for clips on their content because you give them that, bro. If you talk about it publicly, they're going to do that, right? Right? And these people know how to play the game, Dream. Like, they're going to clip this stuff right now. They're going to talk about me tomorrow. They're going to keep talking about me no matter what. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. We talked on the phone yesterday, and I'm saying, look, dude, let them simulcast us. Let them clip us. Let's not copyright strike them or anything. Let's let them just do what they're going to do. Who cares? They're going to do it anyway, right? Let's focus on us. Let's better us, right? Let's move forward with our plans, right? And when we start moving forward with our plans and we grow bigger past them, they're not going to stand a chance, bro. They're not going to stand a chance. Bruce says, Eli, I need your advice. I have an ex sending paragraphs about her life being a complete mess and saying she's going to end her life and stuff right now. I am currently texting her, trying to keep her mind distracted, but I don't know anything about talking to people feeling suicidal. Bruce, I hope that you haven't been, good all this time just to build up to a lulz type of question here. If this is a lulz type of question, man, this is something serious. If you're being serious, I'm going to answer your question regardless because it's a great example either way. Okay? I don't know this person. I don't know how long you've known this woman for. Maybe she's trying to use that as a way to try to get you back. Has she been like this before? And why haven't you blocked her? Like, why haven't you just blocked her and moved on? Or are you in a similar situation like Dream where you love her, but you're not in love with her and you don't want to be with her? Like, you love her as a person. You wish no harm upon her. You hope she finds a good person, but you're not in love with her and don't want to be with her in that way. And she still has not let go of the emotional attachment of your relationship. Now, how new is your breakup? Is it new? Has it been months? Has it been years? That's not enough information to properly assess the situation. So if you want to share more, I'd be happy to respond. Dream says, oh, okay, I used to use Facebook, but once these people found out my real name, they started to harass my family and friends on Facebook, so I quit using it. Absolutely, Coach Eli. Thank you, Dream. All right. So I'm going to answer your question if you share more information, or answer your questions, Bruce, if you share more information when I get back from break. I'm at the bottom of the YouTube chat finally. Nothing happening on Facebook. I'm going to step away for a quick, 5 to 7 or 8 minute break or so. And I'm going to play a clip. But before I get to that, when I get back, I'm going to be discussing the facts of branding and marketing on and off of YouTube, because one of these, Dramasphere YouTubers, was talking about branding and marketing, and he shared his opinions of what works on and off of YouTube, and I did see parts of his stream. I skimmed through it, and a lot of what he said just really is not the right way to brand yourself or market yourself, folks. I have over 13 years of branding and marketing experience, and for the last almost 10 years, I've been working very closely with my friend Troy Brewer, who's also the sponsor of this channel, the CEO, founder, and owner of the Discover Community Network. And if you want to find out more about the Discover Community Network, go to the description about a third of the way down. You'll find out. But I'm still working on creating a better way to promote my sponsor as part of my change here to omit most, if not all, of my intro at the beginning of each video and stream. But I have a lot of experience regarding branding and marketing, and I'm going to share with you folks, what Troy and I feel is the right way to do it on and off of YouTube. It's much different on YouTube. Let me tell you that way, or let me tell you, this in general is what I'm trying to say. Branding and marketing on YouTube is different than branding and marketing in the real world. Branding and marketing online anywhere is different than offline. But YouTube even takes it one step further because we have thumbnails, we have titles, descriptions, tags, etc. Right? I'll share more about that when I get back from the break. So, with that being said, I've got a video queued up, removing bad seeds from your life. Let's switch over to the browser video screen. I think you'll get a kick out of this one, Dream. Dream, you like my old school videos, don't you? Bruce, if your question is serious, I understand. I truly understand. No, I understand, Bruce. I read your question. The thing is, I've had trolls come in here and try to pull off the suicide question, right? If you're serious, then we'll talk about it. And even if you're not, which I'm not saying you're not, it's a great lesson to share anyway. So either way, we'll bring value to it, Dream and Bruce. All right? So from May, as you see on your screen there at the top, removing bad seeds from your life. This is from my former channel. Now all this content's re-uploaded to my Coach Eli Classics videos from my former channel. None of it's publicly available, but who knows? Who knows? For members, I may give you some of this content. I'm working on some new members only packages or some new perks, and that's coming soon. But yeah, this was almost 4 years ago, so enjoy it, and we'll be right back, folks. Enjoy.
Hi, everyone. Coach Eli here, a.k.a. the Morning Rooster. And I am here to wake you up so that you have the absolute best possible shot of accomplishing whatever it is that your heart desires. I'd like to welcome you back to another episode of my video Relationship Sanctuary series. Today, I have another very interesting subject I'm going to discuss. And let's get right into this, dive right into it here because I just can't wait. The topic of today's video Relationship Sanctuary is removing bad seeds from your life. Once again, removing bad seeds from your life. And I have a very interesting story I'm going to mention about a former friend of mine that I was friends with for 18 years and how and why I removed him out of my life and how much of a difference it made. I'm going to get to that in just a second. But let me start off by mentioning this. Folks, your time is very, very valuable. Whether you're a man or a woman, gay or straight, regardless of your ethnicity, regardless of, where you live in the U.S. or another, I was going to say planet, but, there really is no life on any other planet. But, where we're at on Earth, another country, so I'm going to say. It doesn't matter what country you're from. It doesn't matter what state you're from. If you're in the U.S., it's all the same. Your time is very valuable. And if you associate yourself with people that are constantly bringing you down and telling you that, what you're doing is wrong, and they're not actually, trying to help you get ahead with whatever you want to accomplish, then basically, you're wasting your time. And it's just going to set you further back, and it's going to put you in a depressed state, just like I feel these people are. So let's get to the root of the problem here. Why are there people out there that, are wasting your time? Why do I call these people bad seeds? Why do they sit there and, come up to you and say, you should do this, this, and this, and what you're doing is wrong, and this and that? It is because they are not happy within themselves. Because someone that is completely happy and centered within themselves, whether you're a man and you're centered in your masculine core, and if you're a woman, you are centered in your feminine core, you're going to be so happy to the point of where you're going to look at things from more of a positive outlook. And even if you have to say something to somebody that's not nice about what they're doing, you're going to give it in a more constructive way. You're going to give more constructive feedback, like I said, rather than blasting them. And your intentions may be to give them constructive feedback, but how you come off with your tone of voice and the words you choose are very important. And people that are unhappy with themselves are not going to find the right words. They're going to react off of their negative emotions, and that's going to show. So anyway, let me get into a story here that will clearly explain this. Okay, back in my high school days, I used to work at a movie theater. I started working when I was 15 and a half. And I actually met this guy that got hired at the movie theater probably about 6 months after I did. He was about a year older than me. I was a junior in high school at that time, and he was a senior in high school at that time. And basically, I was actually, looking for a date for prom because I went to an all-boys private school and he went to a co-ed public school. So we started talking and he said, yeah, I know somebody for you. My girlfriend is a great friend. And even though my girlfriend and I are seniors, her friend's a junior and she's right around your age and she's cute and she's nice and I think you would like her. Would you like to meet her? Okay, sure. Oh yeah, I'll have her come down to the movie theater. Well, anyway, she came down to the movie theater and then, we ended up dating, blah, blah, blah. We went to, 4 proms together, her junior prom and my junior prom, and then her senior prom and my senior prom. So we dated for quite a while. But that's not the moral of the story. The moral of the story is I became very close and good friends with this guy I just mentioned. Okay? And we started doing a lot of things together. And he didn't come from the wealthiest family, didn't have the greatest upbringing. His parents divorced at a young age. I believe he had a half brother. His mother had a kid with somebody else, besides his biological father. And then after meeting his father, his father's a nice guy, but not the sharpest tool in the shed. He kind of took after his father. This guy wasn't the sharpest tool in the shed. But the reason why I hung out with him, I looked up to him because he was a high school jock. He was very popular in high school. He played football and he had a very beautiful girlfriend and she seemed to be pretty cool. And I looked up to him. He exuded a lot of positive energy. But after high school and a few years down the road, when both of our high school sweethearts simultaneously dumped us, it was kind of weird. We both got dumped in the same week. Several years after, high school ended, we were dating these ladies for quite some time. I was in pain, but after about a year or so, I kind of got over it, and then I started putting myself back out there and dating again, but he just could not get over this girl. He could not get over her. And what ended up happening was he just went out and started fucking a bunch of women. He started manipulating them, making them believe that they're going to be in a relationship. And, he would sleep with them once, twice, 3 times. And he would sleep with 2 or 3 or 4 women at once. And he was doing whatever it would take to make himself feel better, because his ex really hurt him. And he felt that by conquering all these other women, it was making him feel better about himself. when in reality he was more so hurting himself along with the women that he was manipulating and doing this to, to basically make himself feel better. It just wasn't fair to everyone. So let's fast forward. This is when I was about, 15, 16 years old when I first met him, is what I'm trying to say. And then, now I'm looking at, early to mid 20s here after we got dumped by our girlfriends. So him and I started spending more and more time. And, what this guy used to do when I used to live with my parents, he used to come to my parents' place. He would help himself to the fridge. He would drink the OJ out of the refrigerator and pour it right in his mouth. He would drink right out of the bottle. I thought it was pretty rude. He didn't even ask. He would just come in and start helping himself like it was his own place. So no fucking manners there. Now, let's fast forward to our early 30s. I was living in this really nice apartment complex, and my brother was also living in the same complex with somebody he was dating at the time. And this guy who I was friends with from high school, this football jock guy, I don't want to mention his name, basically lost his lease where he was at, and he needed to find a place to live. And my brother came to me and said, why don't you move in with this guy or have him move in with you? You can move out of a 1-bedroom, and then you two can split the rent because, you're paying $1,500 something a month now. You can get a 2-bedroom for about $2,100 and split it, down, the middle 50-50, which would be $1,000, $1,050, what I'm trying to say. And so I was thinking to myself, I really love my freedom, but you know what? This guy's been a friend of mine for a while, and I'm not too fond about what he's doing, but maybe moving in with him will allow us to start bonding closer again. Well, let me tell you, this guy moved in, and we ended up living together for 2 years, okay? And it was the worst 2 years of my life. I would completely stock, the cupboards and the fridge with drinks and snacks and food, and I bought a bunch of alcohol. And what this guy would do is he would bring a different girl home every single night. He was still banging a bunch of women when he was living with me. I thought he had gotten over that, but he was still not over his ex. And now we're looking at freaking like 10 years after they broke up, something like that. Okay? Now I had a girlfriend at the time, and she would come over every day, and every day she would see a different girl come into the place, and she would ask me, wow, he's bringing a different girl over every night. What is wrong with this guy? And then my girlfriend even said at the time, she goes, you're not that type of guy, are you? You're not seeing anybody else, are you? She started questioning me about, how I was and if I was faithful to her solely on the fact because my friend was doing that. So folks, who you associate yourself with, is how people are going to see you. So, while I was kind of a little bit ticked off that my girlfriend would think that way, I didn't get mad at her, but I was like, no, why would you say that, She had every right to think that way because I associated myself with a guy that acts and behaves in this way. So that wasn't a cool thing. Now, what would happen was he would basically pour all my alcohol to get these girls drunk so that way he can manipulate them into his bed and fuck them. And then we would, hear this guy banging these women while my girlfriend and I were, trying to sleep in my bed and have a nice romantic, normal night like two normal people that are in a relationship would want to do. Okay? So I basically got really tired of his behavior. He was very, very selfish. He never wanted to hang out. I didn't see a fair value exchange in our friendship anymore. It was all about him, and him moving in with me was just an excuse to have a nice place for an affordable cost because he could have never afforded a 1-bedroom by himself in the nice complex I was living in. So basically, he ended up using me, to get cheaper rent, and that way, he can afford to do other things such as bring these women over or, go out and have more fun like he's been doing to try to make himself feel better. And then he would deplete all my food and alcohol and give it to these women. And I had enough. I got to the point of where I started labeling, bottles saying that, this product belongs to Elias Melas, which is my full name.
I had to do that. I'm back. I've mentioned his name before. People know who this guy is now. His first name is Brett, right? This was my my one of my best friends, Brett. I was friends with him for 18 years, and you guys heard that story. I know you've been chatting about Bruce's situation in the chat. I'll get to that in just a few here. I'll share my thoughts on that. But I've said this before, and I'll say it again. You are who you associate with, whether you actually are that person or not, because people are going to perceive you to be who you hang out with, right? Even if you're not that way. Perception is very, very important. And I just didn't like what this guy was doing. I thought he had changed. So, I moved out of my one bedroom and moved into a 2-bedroom with him as a favor for him and my brother. You see, I'm a good dude. I make sacrifices, right? But then this happens, right? He's bringing all these women over, right? I usually thought it wasn't. I actually thought it wasn't a replay. No, dude, this is for Kelvin. This is for my former channel, dude. This is almost 4 years ago. Look at the screen. Look at the top, bro. You see the top? It says removing bad seeds from your life. 5/30/17. How you doing, bro? Welcome to the show. Glad to have you here. You doing all right, Kelvin? Great to see you. So it got to the point like I would stock everything up, right? I had a nice cupboard and liquor shelf full, right? And I didn't have a problem if he had a drink every now and then, right? But this dude would use all my alcohol to get these women drunk so he could bang them in our place. And I'd hang out with my girl, and she's seeing this, and then she's questioning me, rightfully so, right? Right? Like if I had a woman and she had a female roommate, I was hanging out at her place, and her friend brought a different guy over every day, I'd think the same thing. So hey, I can't blame my woman at that time for questioning that. I'd question it myself, wouldn't you? So I had to put these labels on my alcohol saying, this product belongs to Elias Melas. Please do not touch. This is a fascinating story. Folks, I've got stories. You like my stories? He very rude and selfish, dude. Dream, you love my stories, don't you, bro? I got stories, bro. I could talk all day, every day. I never get through all my stories, dude. Real life experiences, bro. That's what you get over here in my neck of the woods on the Agrippa on Life YouTube channel. By the way, what's going on Facebook? Nothing's happening on Facebook. Facebook is dead. All right, we got 19 people here. So I'm gonna go through the rest of this here. Listen to this. Listen.
I'm Coach Eli. Eli's my nickname, but I started labeling these bottles. This product belongs to Elias Melas. Please don't touch. And he finally ended up getting the hint. But after living with him for 2 years, we decided to go separate ways, and I did not renew the lease with him, and we went separate ways. And I basically told him, I said, you know what, man, I'm not seeing any value in our friendship anymore. And he goes, why? What's wrong, dude? I mean, I'm getting older, I'm busy, I'm dating. I said, dude, you're just being really fucking selfish. And I just don't appreciate, the way you are. If you want to go out and bang a bunch of women, go ahead and do that. But I don't want any part of that, and I don't want to be friends with anyone that looks at women in that way and treats women that way. That's just disgusting and disrespectful. And
It's very disgusting and very disrespectful. It's also an insecurity. He was a very, very insecure guy, and I still think to this day he is. I have not talked to this guy since that time. I did actually see him at my father's funeral service. And I don't know if I mentioned that story in this video or not. I'm going to play the rest of it here. There's only like another maybe 10 minutes. I'm going to play it. Basically, he came to the funeral, and I saw him outside the church before the church service. And he comes, he came up to me and said something. Well, I have to tell you the backstory. Back in my younger days, when this guy Brett would come over to my family's home when my brother and I were younger, and we were, living there in our teenage years. My dad used to work many hours, 14, 16 hours a day, 7 days a week. And whenever my friend Brett would see my dad, they would call him Dimitri. Dimitri was his first name. That's my middle name. That's why I'm Elias Dimitri Melas. My middle name is after my father's first name. And he would say, Dimitri, when are you going to retire? Because, he was working a lot. And my dad, with his big, thick Greek accent, would say, when I'm 6 feet under. Like, my dad said he's going to retire when he's dead, right? When he's 6 feet under. God rest your soul, Dad. Love you. I love you, man. So we're here in the parking lot. I run them in the parking lot of our Greek Orthodox church before the church service for my father's, funeral, right? And he goes, hey, dude, how you been? I'm all right. How about you? Right? I was just cool, right? He goes, well, I guess your dad's retired now. My dad just died. This is how dull this guy's tool is. Like I said, he's not the sharpest tool in the shed. He's just not thinking. My dad is dead. I love my dad, right? I love my dad, right? Oh, man. I'm just reading the chat. So my dad is dead, right? This guy's like, hey, dude, great to see you again. We're outside the church, right? Great to see you again, dude. I guess your dad's retired now. Well, yeah, dude, I guess my dad is retired. He's dead. Thank you for making me feel like crap, right? I'm a strong dude, so, it's like I let it go. But I'm like, this dude still doesn't have a clue. He just doesn't get it. He doesn't get it, right? SIFUSMO. Hello, Eli. Welcome to the show, bro. Glad you could join us here on this early Sunday morning. 4:23 a.m. Eastern, 1:23 a.m. Pacific here in my neck of the woods, Northern California, San Francisco Bay Area. So that's the last time I ever saw the guy. And that was literally almost 13 years ago, right? My brother's still friends with him, right? And now I hear he's probably going to be getting divorced. He married this woman that he cheated on, and she found out about it, and then she broke up with him, and then he chased her for like 3 weeks, bringing flowers to her every day. And that's just the worst thing you can do. And then she took him back, and then they got married, and oh, man, just this dude. Anyway, let's continue here. I think I mentioned part of that in this video.
And the man speaking in that way, okay? So, sometimes you have to give up a longtime friend to be able to move forward in life and open up the gates for new people to come in,
Dream, that's your situation in a different way. Sometimes you got to give up somebody you love, but you're not in love with them, or something's not right, to open up the gates, the floodgates, for something better to come in, right? Same situation I was in with my best friend here of 18 years.
Open up your clock, because, your clock is ticking. You only have so many hours in the day to do so many things. If you want to get somewhere in life, and someone is basically squeezing the life out of you by, wasting your time like my other friend did, you need to get rid of that to open that back up.
Right.
So I'll tell you honestly, I think about it to this day, and you can feel me getting a little more passionate than normal in this video, because he was an 18-year friend. And being friends with somebody for 18 years and having to eliminate an 18-year friend is very difficult, okay? Now, let's switch over to... So compare that to your marriage, Dream. Similar amount of time, right? I understand how hard it is. It was very hard for me to do that. I gave him many chances, bro. Many chances. I give people lots and lots of chances. I think you know that by now, being a part of my community. But after a while, you just say enough is enough. I got to keep it moving. Got to keep it pushing, right? Keep it pushing. romantic relationships. I'm going to give an example, just a hypothetical example, not a real life example. What I just gave you was a real life example. But, for example, when a man and a woman are dating, and let's say they've been dating for 3 months and the woman, asks the guy, hey, how do you feel about me? And she's trying to get the guy to profess his love to her, like I mentioned in several other videos. And he ends up doing it because he actually feels connected with her. Now, when a guy professes his love to a woman, that means he's all in for eternity. And that's why it takes guys a lot longer to profess their love to a woman and give their heart, because once we give our heart, we're in for good. And I believe
that is what happens with guys. We have a hard time giving our hearts and soul to a woman and telling them we love them and connecting emotionally, because once we do that, it's permanent. For women, it is not. I'll tell you why. Because women respond to everything emotionally, biologically, based on how they're feeling in the present moment. I've said this before, I'll say it again. If you're dating a woman for 10 years, you've done everything right. She's happy. It's all good, right? And one day after your 10-year anniversary of being together, you do one little thing that, sets her off. In that present moment, she's not happy with you, right? And that could change everything, right? Because of the way women are biologically and responding to everything emotionally based on how they're feeling in the present moment, okay, you don't get time for good behavior. It's not like being in jail and getting, doing your time and behaving properly, and then they reduce your sentence, right? With women, you don't get time for good behavior. You get that? So that's why it's hard for guys to let their emotions go, because once we do, we're in. That's where you're at right now, Dream. You're locked emotionally. You're emotionally attached. Even though you don't love her, you love her, but even though you're not in love with her, you still love her, which is what I'm trying to say. Even though you're not in love with her, you still love her because you're emotionally attached. You don't want to hurt her. You're a good guy, right? It's hard to let it go. That's why it's hard for guys to emotionally let themselves attach to a woman. We want to be sure. I'm not afraid to do it. I'm just not going to do it with the wrong woman. And it's going to take time to figure that out.
That women know that, okay? But
they do know that.
The problem is women are very emotional and men are more logical with this, okay?
Right.
And so with women, they live in the present moment. With men, we think in the future and we use logic and reasoning to ration things, okay?
That's right.
So
that's right.
Let's say
that's right,
you're
Coach
in a relationship
Eli.
with somebody and you become a little complacent because
times
get a little tough and you're a little stressed out at work, or you lost your job and you need a little time to recoup. So you become complacent.
American Dream 1.5 at the bottom of the chat says, hashtag good behavior, LOL. You're right, Coach. Exactly. Dream, with women, you don't get any time for good behavior. Even if it's 20 or 30 years, you screw up one day later and it could be all over, bro. That's what sucks.
Complacent.
Let's go.
And now your ex is starting to lose interest in you. Is she going to dump you right away? Well, she probably should if she's not feeling it at that point. But that would be the initial point where a woman would start feeling like she was falling out of love with you. And what she really wants to do is break up with you, but she's not over the breakup yet. And what a lot of women will do is they'll put up with a lot of shit for many months and sometimes many years until they come to the point of where they've come to terms with accepting the breakup and they've removed all the emotion out of it. And then they'll line up a replacement and then date that guy for a little while behind your back. And once that progresses to something that's going to move forward, they will immediately leave you without notice. And then
and make you wonder, hold on, Coach Eli.
You're going to wonder what the fuck happened. What did I do?
Right. That's what you think. You're going to wonder what the F happened, right? As you get older, you start to realize how women are, right? Being emotional, right? If you dated a woman for a while, and then all of a sudden things start to change, she starts being less intimate with you, the communication is not the same, but she's still hanging around with you, she's processing removing the emotional attachment. Once she works through removing the emotional attachment, that's when she'll go and line up your replacement, maybe get with some guy on the side, not tell you about it. When that starts to pan out, next thing you know, she's going to come and say, you know what? I'm just not feeling this anymore, babe. I'm sorry. It's over, right? And they've already worked through it, right? And they're ready to move on to this other guy. So they're not going to have the emotional heartbreak feeling that you're going to have. You're going to be like, what the hell just happened, right? And I'm telling you what happened. You look, I'm telling you guys, you keep it locked here. I'll help you understand this stuff better. Because tell me, Dream, tell me, anyone else, Bruce or Kelvin or anyone else that's here. Tell me this doesn't make any sense. It does. It makes perfect sense.
You're wrong. I didn't see it coming. And most guys don't see it coming.
They don't see it coming. They don't.
Will fall out of love slowly, and then all of a sudden when they get to the
women will fall out of love slowly over the course of time if you stop being a man, stop taking care of yourself, and stop being the same person you were when you first met her. That's what she fell in love with. So you got to maintain that. You got to be you from the beginning and all the way through.
The point, like I said, when they're ready to throw in the towel and they've removed all that emotion, it's very easy for a woman to do so because she's not going to hurt. She's already been hurting while she's with you. And
she's processing it while she's with you.
The point of where she finally says, I don't think we should see each other anymore. That means that's it. And there's nothing you can say or do at that point to make it work. The only thing you can do, like I mentioned in the past, is wish her well, turn and walk away and never look back, and maybe say, hey, give me a call if you change your mind, if you want to leave the door open for her to, possibly revisit things down the road. It doesn't work out with somebody new she may be seeing, or if you've, fixed yourself in the meantime while she's dating somebody else. If you want to leave that door open, for, a possible rekindling of the relationship, then that's what you tell her. But that's what kind of happens, folks. So guys, you need to pay attention to, what's really happening in your relationship. Same thing with you ladies. And this goes for whether you're in a romantic relationship or a personal friendship or a business relationship. You really, really need to see where the value is, with the person that you're investing your time with, because the most precious gift you can ever give anyone is the gift of your time. Again,
your time.
The most precious gift you can ever give anyone is the gift of your time. Okay.
If you haven't checked out Coach Corey Wayne, a lot of my principles are right in alignment with his. And if a woman is good and things are going well, you give her the gift of your time, right? If she's not treating you right and is not willing to, do her part or be fair with everything, then you give her the gift of missing you, right? That's what Coach Corey Wayne says. You give her the gift of missing you, right? So if it's not working out, you say, look, I didn't sign up for this, babe. And you know what? I'm just really, today, you're just not fun to be around. I'm just going to drive you home, and I'm going to go home and just cook myself some dinner and just, get away from this, right? So you drive her home, right? You drop her off. And once you drop her off, you go and leave with the attitude of, I'm never going to call her, text her, email her, or reach out to her ever again. If she really understands that she made a mistake and cares about you, she will call you probably later that night. Babe, I'm sorry, right? What are you sorry about, babe? I was rude to you. I was mean, I was on my monthly bill, my monthly cycle, and it hit me harder than normal. Well, that's okay, babe. How about you tell me that next time so I can be more understanding and understand why you're feeling that way, right? You understand? Like, that's the way women are. They're not going to respect you if you don't respond to it that way, because if you don't respond to it that way, in essence, you're disrespecting yourself as a man, and she's going to pick up on that. And she's going to lose respect for you and not be able to trust your masculine core, right? You got to when you're with a woman, even with a woman you totally love and care for, you got to be ready as a man to walk away at any moment, whether you're dating her or whether you're married, if you're not getting your needs met in the same ways that, you're meeting her needs.
Okay. And the last thing that I want wasted is my time. I've learned something as I've gotten older. I've become more quick to judge, per se. I mean, I'm not a judgmental person.
Quick to judge is a strong way of saying it, but I've learned to, what's a good way to put it? I've learned to filter through things that are a waste of my time. Or I've learned to avoid and ignore things that are a waste of my time and focus on things that are going to get me ahead.
But I've made quicker decisions because I instinctively know when somebody is worth me investing time into them or not, whether it's a romantic relationship, whether it's a friendship, whether it's a business relationship. I've learned what to look for, and you should be looking for those signs. And if it's not 50-50, okay, if you're not getting as much out of it as you feel that you're giving, you may want to have one conversation with that person and say, hey, look, man, you know what? Or hey, look, gal, honestly, I love hanging around you, but you know what? I just feel like you're bringing me down. All you do is come to me when you have, issues.
Don't hang around people that don't make you feel good to hang around with, right? If you are hanging around a group of friends and you just feel bored or unhappy or just feel like you feel out of place, remove yourself from that group. Find other people that you better resonate with. Don't just hang out with a group of people because no one else wants to hang out with you or you feel no one else wants to hang out with you. I'd rather spend a weekend alone by myself than hang around with a group of miserable people that are going to make me feel more miserable than I probably already feel being alone. But I've gotten to the point of where I'm not miserable being alone. I'm actually happy. I'm more happy to be alone than be around a bunch of people that are going to be miserable and make me feel that way too, right?
To talk about with this person and that person. We're not having fun anymore. Or, you know what, you're not helping me move my business forward and I'm not helping you move your business forward. Or I'm not helping you in some other way, shape, or form. I feel like I'm being your fucking therapist and that's it. There's nothing.
If you have to be a woman's therapist, it's over. Yeah, that's it. If you're being their therapist, it's because they don't have any respect for you because like they're in essence just using you to have conversation, and then they're probably, hooking up with somebody on the side.
More than that. Now, hey, don't get me wrong. Sometimes, a good friend is going to lend an ear, which could be, perceived as being a therapist. That's okay as long as there's more to it. But some people will use other people just to feel good about themselves, just so they can have someone listen to their issues. And once they feel better.
A lot of women will use beta males for this, right? They'll go and bang the alpha males, right? And then the beta males that really want to be with them, that, put these women on a pedestal and suck up to them, right? These women will talk with these guys and ask these guys questions, and then this guy becomes their therapist, right? Thinking that if he does this, he's going to have a chance to enter the promised land below her waist, and that never happens. That never happens.
Then they're going to kick you to the curb, or they're going to stop reaching out to you, and boom, you're going to fizzle off into nowhere, and then you're going to be like, what the fuck happened? I was such a great friend, I did so much for this person, and now they just completely eliminated me out of their life without even notice. Folks, that's going to happen. So pick and choose your friends wisely. I mean, as you get older,
pick and choose your friends wisely, and pick and choose the people you date, I'd say even more wisely. Seriously.
You're going to learn how to deal with this better. For you young kids out there in your teenage years and in your early 20s and mid 20s, you're going to experience this. You're going to go through what I just mentioned. And no matter what I tell you, you're still going to go through it. But hopefully, me sharing this information in this video here will allow you to compare it to what you're going through, and maybe you'll learn it a little bit quicker than I did or other people my age did when we were growing up. Okay? So there you have it. With that being said,
all right, that's that. Let's go back to full screen. I'm going to catch up with the chat, then take another quick break before I get into the branding thing because I already feel me needing to use the restroom again and I want to get some more coffee. But let's get to the chat first. Did you folks enjoy that video from my former channel? Let me know if that works a lot better for you than playing royalty-free YouTube music in between the breaks. All right, so let's go to the chat. Let's see. Bruce says, we mutually broke up years ago, but she texted me randomly. I never blocked her because we never had any issues. I'm not trolling. Suicide is no joke. Okay. I'm sorry, Eli. I don't blame you for thinking it might be a troll. People are sick. Yeah, and they've done that before, dude. Dream says, Bruce, it sounds like a legitimate question because those events happen more often than you think. They do. They do, Dream. And Dream furthermore says, Bruce, if I separate this week, I'm going to have the same text sent to me. I don't want to be alone, but I don't want her to hurt either. But I want to be happy. I want to start over. Have you told her that, Dream? Have you told her that, Dream? Is there anything that she can do that would better your marriage? Has she asked you if there's anything that she can do that she's not doing? Dream. Or has she just still been the same? Or does it not matter to you what she does? You just don't see her in that way anymore. You're just not feeling it for whatever. She can do everything 100% right, Dream, and it's still over romantically for you in that relationship, right? That marriage, right? I think she might have calmed down or just went to bed. Dream says, it fluctuates sometimes, doesn't it, Bruce? It spikes and then subsides. The emotional depression is what I'm talking about for our relationship partners. Bruce, how long were you with this woman for? You've been separated, you've been broken up for a couple of years. How long were you dating her for? Yeah, I'm not sure. I have had bad days, but I have never felt suicidal or anything like that. I would say I'm pretty mentally strong. Yeah, Bruce, you're a lot like me. I've been through that myself with many women. I've actually never had I've never have dated a woman that was suicidal or been in that exact same situation, but they've been hurt, and I've been hurt too. But you have to also understand that some women nowadays will use the suicide game. They're not really suicidal, but they're trying to lead you to believe that they are as a way back into your life, right? And that's what this woman, if that's what she's doing, or any woman doing that, what they don't realize is that that's going to repel you further away from them. If they have to stoop to that level and do something like that, that's a controlling mechanism. That's very narcissistic. I have had bad days. Sorry, I have twice. I typed twice right there. Okay. Dream with the thumbs up. Kelvin Clymer, I actually thought it was in the replay. Okay, I already mentioned that earlier. Yeah, I figured about it, but I didn't see it when I joined. Yeah, no worries, Kelvin. I'm playing a lot of clips on my breaks from my former channel instead of playing music. It keeps people more engaged, and I'm playing clips from my former channel that pertain to my current topics on this channel here now. Hi, Kelvin says American Dream 1.5. He sounds very ruthless, Kelvin, and hey, Dream. Yeah, we were talking about my friend in that last video. Removing bad seeds from your life. And once again, welcome SIFUSMO. If I get to know you better, bro, I'll end up moderating you too. I appreciate you continuing to come back. Lots of love from Coach Eli. I already read that from Dream. Let's see. Hashtag Heartbreak Boulevard. It happens, says Dream. Calvin Clymer and Bruce both say it makes perfect sense, what I was mentioning earlier in that video clip from my former channel. American Dream 6.2 is in the house. American Dream 6.2 channel supporting Coach Eli. Well, thank you, bro. I'm going to give all of you a big round of applause. I'm glad I ended up doing this show tonight. I definitely need to get my sleeping pattern back on track. It's just been a lot going on lately. A lot going on between my personal life and my business life. Let's see. Hashtag filter, hashtag focus says American Dream. Calvin Clymer says, I think that fits better during the breaks. Yeah, cool. American Wolfpack supports Dream and Coach Eli. Is that you, American Dream? Is that another one of your accounts? American Dream 6.2. Thank you, Wolfpack. Dream, you're talking to yourself, huh? Haven't seen you in a while, Wolfpack. You still doing good, old friend? Are you talking to yourself, Dream? Are you talking to yourself? All right. So there's another video that's going to pertain to what we've been discussing here. First I said, we were talking about removing bad seeds from your life. And that pertains to the first part where I was sharing these bad seeds we've been dealing with out here on YouTube. And I was sharing, my unconventional tough love coaching style. I'm going to play a little bit of this other video before I come back from my next break and end the show by talking about the facts of branding and marketing on and off of YouTube. Because again, like I mentioned before I took the first break, another YouTuber, was talking about, branding and marketing today or yesterday on his show, and I caught parts of it, and I want to clear the record because I have a lot of experience in branding and marketing between what I've done for the last 13 plus years, plus almost 10 of those years has been working with my good friend Troy Brewer, who also sponsors his channel that runs an amazing marketing company. He's a marketing expert. And, being friends with him and working with him and his company, I've even learned a lot more than I already knew. And I'm going to share with you folks, how to properly brand yourself on YouTube, what works, what doesn't work, why it does and doesn't work, why at times it works, other times it doesn't. How to properly brand yourself on social media, and how to brand yourself offline compared to online. I'll still be answering any questions you have regarding any business or personal topics besides that, but that's what we will be talking about when I get back. But in the meantime, let me queue up this other video, which is called Rebooting Your Mindset. Rebooting your mindset. Let me go back over to the browser screen here. Let's mute that. And let's go here and cue this baby up. Let's skip through that intro as we fade into Coach Eli. Oh, give me a second there. Rebooting Your Mindset from May 25th, 2017. Almost 4 years ago from my former channel. All right. You folks ready for that? The marketing branding topic sounds very informative. It will be, because I'm going to share with you stuff that no other people share, that my friend Troy and I talk about. And a lot of times it's not even about, your graphical branding and marketing. It's about something else. I'll share more about that when I get back from the break, folks. So stick around. We'll be right back. Enjoy this video.
Hi everyone, Coach Eli here, aka the Morning Rooster. And I am here to wake you up so that you have the absolute best possible shot of accomplishing whatever it is that your heart desires. And I'd like to welcome you all back once again to another exciting episode of my video relationship sanctuary series. And today we have a very special episode because I'm going to read a YouTube comment that I received earlier today. It's quite interesting. It's a little short, comment, but you'll understand why I chose to read it along with today's sanctuary topic. And the topic of today's video relationship sanctuary is rebooting your mindset. How about one more time? I love repeating things so you can hear it over and over again and you learn it and you remember it. Rebooting your mindset. Before I get into the topic at hand, let me read this YouTube comment from a YouTube user. He posted his name public, and I'm not sure if this is really his real name or not, but his name is Chris Doe. And he responded to a video I put out. This was a few weeks back when I recorded the first video with my current girlfriend. It was titled, "Do Looks Really Matter to Women?" with Dana Agni. And this is what Chris wrote. "Dude, seriously, drop that morning rooster shit. It's absolutely fucking awful. I say this to help, not criticize." Well, hey, bro. First and foremost, you did criticize me, but I'm not taking any offense to it because I'm a grown, mature 43-year-old man that used to take offense to this shit. And I'll tell you, if I was, 20 years old and this happened, I'd be calling you out on your shit. I'd be calling you every name in the fucking book, and I would just be really immature about it. But I've grown up, and I've learned how to handle things differently and learned to understand that everyone is entitled to their own fucking opinion. So, in all honesty, whether I agree with your opinion or not, I value your opinion. I thank you very much for your feedback. So, am I going to drop that morning rooster shit? Abso-fucking-lutely not. Let me repeat that one more time. I will not be fucking dropping the morning rooster sound. That is my branding. That makes me who I am. I've been using that branding even before I started my Coach Eli business. For those of you that don't know, I've been running networking events and been an entrepreneur for over 10 years. I've been running an organization for the past 6+ years called the Genuine Networking Association, where we run networking events out here where I live, all over Northern California, and we connect, other entrepreneurs with their next power partners and possible clients. And I've been using the morning rooster for a while now, and that just brands me because I'm a loud and proud guy. But I'm loud because someone has to absolutely wake up the fucking neighborhood, because if no one is awake, no one's going to get anywhere. And here's the thing, Chris. In all honesty, you commented on my YouTube channel. Thank you for that. You are not lazy like most other people. And just, saw the video, or, you've heard the morning rooster and many other videos and you may be annoyed by it, but at least, you express your opinion unlike the other people. Maybe the other people feel the same way, and who knows? Who will ever know unless they comment? But I thank you for your comment, and the morning rooster did its job. It actually got your attention, and that's what it's all about there, is to connect with people in any way possible. So that's what's going on with the morning rooster. Another thing for Chris or anyone else, no offense to you, Chris, I'm not telling you to do this, but hey, some people are going to like what I have to say or my branding, and some people are not going to like what I have to say or my branding. And if you don't like me, you don't have to subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you've already subscribed, you can unsubscribe. You don't have to follow me. You don't have to listen to a fucking word that I say, because I only want to help and work with people that are open to being helped, that are mature, and are ready to learn. And if you're not ready to learn, I can't work with you. That goes for my paid phone coaching and email coaching services. Don't invest your money into me unless you're open to my methods of helping you, which are proven to actually work if you apply them properly. Okay, so again, thank you, Chris, for the comment. I appreciate it, man. And no harm, no foul. I'm not going to delete the comment like other people do. I appreciate it. Thank you very much once again on that. So, the topic of today's sanctuary, once again, okay, is rebooting your mindset. What does that actually mean? It actually means to think a little bit different than everyone else thinks or than the majority thinks. Because what happens when something goes wrong and we don't get our way? Or what happens if we attach ourselves to a specific outcome and we look forward to it thinking it's going to happen, but then it doesn't happen? What happens to most people? They get hurt. They complain. They whine. They bitch. They grope about it. They do stupid shit. And in all honesty, yeah, you're expressing yourself, but you're making yourself look like a weak, needy, whiny bitch. Okay? A weak, needy, whiny bitch. And even if you're a man, you could be a weak, needy, whiny bitch, what I'm trying to say. So, you need to learn to take things with a grain of salt. Let me give you an example here. Okay? I'm going to go back to my last relationship. I mentioned this a few times in the past, but my ex broke up with me. Okay? And I didn't like it. I wasn't feeling too good because I gave a lot into that relationship. Okay? But the right way to handle that situation, which unfortunately, I kind of handled it the right way, but I kind of didn't. I'll explain that more in a different video. But the right way to handle it would be, hey, babe, I'm not interested in being friends, and I'm not interested in being friend zone. It just doesn't work for me. But you know what? I understand how you feel. You're not feeling the same way romantically about me anymore. And I do respect your wishes, because if I didn't feel it for you romantically, I would be hoping that you would understand it in the same ways that you want me to understand how you feel. So I'm going to let you go and do your thing and let you ride off into the sunset. But if you change your mind down the road and I'm still single, give me a call. Give me a call if you change your mind. Then you turn and walk away and you never fucking look back. In that situation, most women are not expecting to hear you handle it maturely and in the right way, because it's a very emotional thing to deal with, even for men. And for men in that situation, it's even more difficult than women, because women are naturally emotional all day, every day. I like to say women are like the number 8. The number 8 is a constant loop of emotion, because women are emotional all day, every day. And men are thinking more logically every day. They're out there, looking to build things, they're looking to fix things, they're looking to move their business forward, make an extra sale. They're thinking about all the logical shit to get themselves ahead. So when a man gets hurt and, is not used to letting his emotions out, because men typically are the stronger ones. I'm not saying women aren't strong. They are strong. But, men are stronger with their emotions. They can contain their emotions better. When a man has to let his emotions go, it hurts him even more. And a woman knows that. And some men go really crazy when a woman hurts, their feelings. So in that situation, it would be throwing the lady off and saying, wow, I can't believe he handled that so maturely. And then she may go off and fuck some other guy for a little while. Yeah, but who knows? 2-3 months down the road, 6 months down the road, she may come back and reach out to you, remembering how you handled the way that she broke up with you. Now, if you did it the typical way of where, you were whining and saying, oh, fuck you, you cheated on me, you hurt me, I did all this and that for you, blah, blah, blah. You're just sounding like a whiny little bitch. You're sounding no better than her. In all honesty, you're sounding worse and being worse than she is. So handle it the mature way. That's what I mean by, rebooting your mindset, okay? And not attaching yourself to any particular outcome is what I'm trying to say. There are many other examples regarding this subject, but that's the easiest one to explain. I mean, I'm also an entrepreneur, so I help coach people in the business world. Let me give one more example on the business side before we wrap up this video here. Some entrepreneurs go out there and they run what's called a network marketing business. There are 2 different types of business owners and entrepreneurs. There's the B2B side, which is known as business to business, which means, I'm also an insurance broker in California, a licensed insurance broker, for those of you that don't know, but I'm not trying to sell anything. I'm not actively selling right now, but I still have an active license or licenses. But I'm considered a B2B type of entrepreneur because I can sell business to business, but I can also do business to consumer as well because I do have personal insurance to sell as well as business insurance, but I focus more on the business aspect because that's, my specialty. I mean, I can sell auto, home, commercial, yada, 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 but, I focus more on the commercial side of things. And other, business to business businesses, if that makes any sense, other businesses that are considered a business to business classification, a realtor, a financial advisor, a mortgage broker, a CPA, etc. Then there's also what's called MLMers or network marketers. MLMers, multi-level marketing people. We call them.
I'm back. Welcome back to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, live here on YouTube and also simulcasting live on Facebook. Nothing happening on Facebook. Everyone's asleep on the Facebook side of things. Us people on YouTube, we're like night owls, aren't we? Wow, we got 25 likes here. You like that one, Dream? You folks like that one? Rebooting your mindset. Sometimes your mindset needs a reboot. It's like restarting a computer. Whenever your computer is not functioning properly or it's freezing, right? You restart it, right? They say a restart fixes all, and it typically does. So just think of your mind as a computer that's frozen or stuck. Restart it, and it'll clear your mind. And, you'll start, focusing things in a better way, right? Like that situation I mentioned. If a woman's going to break up with you and you handle it maturely and you turn and walk away, just let her right off to the sunset. Let her go and be with some other guys, right? Let her just go, right? And let her think about what she had. Now, if she values what you guys had, she may come back down the road and she might say, hey, how you doing? She might reach out to you, how you're doing. If she reaches out to you and says, how you doing? That's if you haven't reached out to her. You got to go cold turkey. You got to go no contact, right? Don't call her. Don't text her. Don't email her. Okay. Don't reach out to her at all. Because if you do, that's that. It has to be her idea if she wants to come back, right? But here's the thing. While she's gone, going out with some other guys for that 3 to 6 month period or whatever, right? You may be meeting other women and you may find a better woman. And even if she comes back to you at that point, you're going to be happier with that better woman you found to the point of where you may not even respond to her or let her know, hey, I'm with somebody else. Best of luck to you, right? Bruce says, great video. Kelvin says, well, it is not night here. It is 11 a.m. Well, good morning to you. I could say good morning here in the U.S. because it is 5 a.m. Eastern, 2:04 a.m. Pacific. It's the middle of the night here, but it's still considered morning. It's a.m. So, yeah, that's that. So, let me see. Should I play a little more of this?
MLMers for short. Multi-level marketing, direct sales, network marketing. Basically, there are a bunch of companies out there. I'll name a few of them, like Avon and what's another one that's out there? I'm losing my train of thought here. Amway is another one that's been around for a very, very long time. And basically what they do is they get people to sell their products, and the people that sell their products can also recruit people below them and build a team. And if your team below you sells, you get part of their sales as well. It flows up. It's kind of like a pyramid thing. A lot of people call them a pyramid scheme. Some of them can be a pyramid scheme, but there are a lot of legitimate ones out there. But in all honesty, I prefer to deal with more on the business to business side, but I'm not against network marketing. It's just something that I don't do. I've tried a few of them in the past, and it just didn't really faze me. And
I'm not into the MLM thing at all.
Rather quickly
anymore at all.
My money. But here's what happens at networking events. A lot of people will go to a networking event and they presuppose an outcome. And presupposing is another video I'm going to do down the road.
Never presuppose any outcome. Never presuppose any outcome. Okay? You just got to go into it, chilled, relax. Whatever's meant to be is meant to be. Go with the flow.
Road here. And they assume if they go there that they're going to make 2 or 3 or 4 sales, they bring some products there. And then when they go there and don't make a sale, they get pissed off, right? That should not be the way to look at it. When you go to a networking event, you're going there to get to know, like, and trust people and create power partnerships. And if you so happen to make a sale, that's a bonus. But
correct. It's the same thing out here on YouTube. Let me give you an example. A lot of people are saying, Eli, you're not making a lot of money on your channel. You've got people on your channel and it's not really, going anywhere, right? I'm growing my channel slowly but surely. I am building up my channel one person at a time with good quality people. I am at the stage right now, such as what I mentioned here in this video. I'm building power partners. I'm looking for power partners. I'm looking to collaborate with other YouTubers or other business owners or other coaches or other people that do something similar as I do, right? And that way you create a network of where, let's say you have 10 people you're collaborating with and we each have our own audiences. We can share each other out to each other's audiences and bring more value to each other and grow bigger and better together. But that takes time, right? If you do things the other way, like the network marketers, they just go into, a business, networking event where they're supposed to get to know, like, and trust people and meet people to create a referral base, and they're trying to sell you. Like, they're not there for the right reason. They might make a few sales initially, right? Like some quick sales, right? But that's not going to be sustainable long term. What if they got to know, like, and trusted 100 people in a networking group? And down the road, they got one referral from each one of those 100 people every so often. That'd be 100 sales every so often. Instead of only getting those 2 or 3 quick sales by passing through every networking event they can just to try to sell people something, right? Do you understand what I'm saying? Reboot your mindset.
You're looking to get your name out there and connect with those people that are also selling a product because they have a network as well that they may be willing to refer to you. And
right.
If you piss them off and try to hard sell them your products, they're going to feel like you only care about yourself, and then they're not going to even remember to refer you to their group of people, even if their group of people needs your product. So,
right. See, Dream, here's the thing. There are times where you feel like going on panels with this other drama sphere side to give them a piece of your mind or to try to work things out, or on the flip side, bring them on your panels, right? I've thought about bringing them on my panels too. But you got to understand, look at these people on the other side, like these network marketers I've been talking about here in the business world, right? All they want to do is come in and try to hard sell, to as many people as possible instead of building relationships with those people and creating, a power partnership, right? They want the immediate return instead of, getting to know, like, and trust people and building a network that can build you something bigger and better long-term and sustainable long-term, right?
When I say reboot your mindset or rebooting your mindset, I'm saying think a little differently. Okay, think about how most people would react to something and think about how you're currently reacting to something and try to turn that negative into a positive. That is the absolute best way to say it. Okay?
Right, because everybody is expecting you to be negative if you don't get an outcome that you perceive you're going to get, right? If you go into it with the point of, I'm just going to go and hang out and meet people, right? Get to know, like, and trust people. Let me tell you something, folks. When people get to know, like, and trust you, they're going to naturally be inclined to help you and support you. Look at American Dream. He just put another super sticker or super chat. I'll get to that in a second. I don't expect that. I never asked Dream for a dime. I keep telling him to stop donating, but he keeps donating. Why do I assume he's donating? Because he's gotten to know, like, and trust me. He just likes who I am, right? He's gotten to know, like, and trust me, and he likes who I am. I never asked him for anything at all, but I've respected him and I've been good to him, right? And we're getting to know each other, and we're going to be collaborating on a bunch of things, right? Let's say down the road, I need another 5 or 10 or 20 people like American Dream. Where's that going to take my channel? I'll give you a monetary example, even though it's not all about the money. Yes, I do need to make money, but let's say I get another 20 American Dreams. and they each come in and donate $5 a piece every stream. I'm not making $100 a stream because I took the time to get to know, like, and trust people and allow them to get to know me. And I didn't force them into anything, right? Do you understand that concept? It's more sustainable long term if you do it that way rather than try to hard sell people, right? Try to make the quick buck instead of, working at it for the long term by doing it the right way. That's a good analogy, Coach Eli. Thank you, Dream.
If you have something negative to say, either don't say it at all or say it in a way where it has a positive outcome. Before I wrap this up here, Chris, could have said it this way. He could have said, hey man, I'm not really into the morning rooster. I mean, that thing fucking annoys the shit out of me. Maybe you should think about.
Hey, Chris, if you're still around, this one's for you. And how about a double dose of the morning rooster? Here we are almost 4 years later. I still use the rooster, maybe not as much, but it's still around.
Removing it, but if you don't, that's okay. It's who you are. But just letting you know, my opinion is that I'm not really that into it. Okay, but the way he went into it, he's like, dude, seriously, drop that morning rooster shit. It's absolutely fucking awful. I say this to help, not criticize. I believe you, Chris. I believe that you sent me that comment, or you posted that comment to basically help me out and try to help me out. And I appreciate the feedback. But I'll make it really clear. I know exactly what I'm doing. And, I'm going to keep moving forward with the morning rooster. But I'm just saying.
And here we are almost 4 years later. I'm still standing. Where are you, Chris? Haven't seen you around in ages, right? How many people are still standing that were running YouTube channels and a part of these communities that we're a part of 4 years later? Not many. Let's go.
Folks, look at things differently, okay? Think before you speak, and it's going to get you a lot further. I'm telling you, you're going to blow people's minds away when they expect to hear one thing out of your mouth based on something negative happening. And if you take that and turn it into a positive, they're going to be like, wow, I can't believe that person didn't get pissed off at that. He handled it
so maturely,
so professionally, so maturely. And
right. You see, Dream, that's what these trolls, that's what triggers them. When we handle things maturely and professionally, they don't like that because we're not feeding into the content they want to create. Then they'll just have to make things up or just, try to regurgitate stuff from the past. It's pretty pathetic, right? You see what happens when you handle things professionally and maturely? It almost leaves people speechless because they're expecting you to go off, right? Like most people would. If you reboot your mindset and just behave the opposite of how most people would behave or how you feel you want to behave, right? Think twice. Don't overreact. Act cool and calm and say, hey, you know what? I don't have any presupposed outcomes. I'm not attached to any particular outcome. Don't attach yourself to any outcome. Just be you, and everything will fall into place naturally. And don't overreact. Just be cool. Be cool, calm, and collected. You'll see what happens. It'll change your life. It did for me.
And I've been speaking about the business aspect, but before that, I was speaking about the personal aspect. It works in your personal life, and it works in your business life. It makes you come off as more confident. It makes you come off as not needy, as not desperate, as not insecure. In both the business professional world and the dating world, if you come off as weak, needy, desperate, and insecure, and you're not coming off as confident, but laid back and down to earth, and you come off in a way that's not pushy, that's what's going to work. If you come off weak, needy, desperate, insecure, you're going to repel the people. If you come off as confident, but not conceited and laid back and just going there to get to know people and even offer your help if you can. And sometimes you may have to offer your help for free. Like I've helped many entrepreneurs over the last 10 years for free, and they've reciprocated the favor in some way, shape, or form down the road.
I still do the same thing to this day. 4 years later, I'm still the same person. Anyone can question me or challenge me on that. I'm going back and reviewing videos and showing you videos almost 4 years old. I'm still the same way. I've helped Will. I've helped Dream. I'm going to be helping Jenny. I tried to help Moonchild, not her real name, so I did not dox her or anything. All from the kindness of my heart. I give a lot of stuff away for free, folks, to bring value. It's a great way to get your business out there. If you have something to offer, you can initially offer it for free and allow people to get to know you. You do it that way for a while and build value, see what comes in the future. It's going to be much more sustainable long term than drama.
And some of them even became my clients without me trying to pitch them. So that's what happens, folks. So with that,
some of them became my clients without me even trying to pitch them. You know why? Because they know what I do. We trade business cards, but we got to know, like, and trust each other. And because they got to know, like, and trust me, and they like the person I am, they're going to come to me. That's how I built my insurance business.
That being said, if you'd like to work with me personally, I do.
If you'd like to work with me personally, I don't even say that anymore. You see, I've cut everything out. People know how to find out information nowadays. If they want to subscribe, if they want to use my services, they know it's all in the description. They know where to go, right? I even cut that out. I don't even say, if you'd like to work with me personally, check out my website, blah, 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 right? Not necessary. Let people get to know, like, and trust you. That's going to lead in. That's going to lead in to the branding and the marketing. Let's go back to full screen. Branding and marketing. Let's talk about that. Some dude with the initials RJ and the Blogs channel, RJ Blogs, did a stream yesterday and was trying to give information about, how, proper branding, works, right? And he had that graphics designer, the other guy, Mr. J, that's part of that drama sphere, create him a new branding package. And to be quite honest, it actually looks somewhat decent, right? Okay. But is that enough? Is creating a fancy, great background that says RJ Vlogs and using that in your thumbnails, is that enough to, build something sustainable? You see, here's the thing. You can create the best thumbnails on YouTube in the world, right? And you can get people to click on those thumbnails because they're great, right? And they click on and they watch you for a minute or two. And if you don't hook them in and engage them and allow them to get to know you and feel comfortable and talk about things that they want to hear, then they're going to leave and probably never come back. They might give you a second chance down the road if they see your thumbnail again. But to be quite honest with you, the thumbnail, while it is important to get them to click, what's more important is what are they going to get when they click on that thumbnail to start watching your videos, right? Are you going to provide them value? Are you going to provide them value? This guy that runs a drama channel with drama people, what value does him talking about branding and marketing have for his current audience? Absolutely nothing, because his audience they're not YouTubers. Some of them create content, but it's like drama clipped content, and they don't care about branding themselves, right? It was almost done basically to stab me and try to project his brand new background. Look at my brand new background. It was like him showing off and saying, here's my brand new background, right? Created by the other drama sphere leader in this group I'm a part of that happens to create designs, right? Okay. That's not what's going to get, people to buy into you. That's not what's going to fully brand you. Yes, do your thumbnails have a part of your branding? They do, right? They do, but it's not everything. What's really going to more so brand you is how people feel about your message when they start listening to your message or watching you on YouTube, right? Now, before I get to that, let me check out the chat here real quick. The marketing branding topic sounds very informative. It is. American Dream with the $2 $2 super chat. Hashtag Morning Rooster Rocks. That's right. Hashtag Morning Rooster Rocks. How about a double dose of the Morning Rooster Dream? And Dream, I'm going to give you a big round of applause, bro. Yes. and Dream, the crowd is searching for you. Yes, Dream. Listen, I know these sound bites are cringy 80s and 90s radio style sound bites, Dream, but you know what? Where else do you hear this? What other streams do you go on where you get this type of entertainment and actual value of learning something at the same time? Because another thing, I'll use another cringy soundbite to say, over here on the Grip on Life channel on YouTube and also on Facebook, we entertain people while throwing down those truth bombs. That's what we do, Dream. We entertain people while throwing down truth bombs. Thank you once again, American Dream 6.2. American Dream 6.2 for the $2 super chat that says hashtag Morning Rooster with all the rooster emojis there, and the Morning Rooster rocks. Excellent, bro. Thank you, brother. Bruce says, yes, great video. Thank you, Bruce. Kelvin Clymer said, he said that earlier. I read that. Well, it's not night here. It's 11 a.m. Okay. Let's see. Dream is still watching. That's a good analogy, Coach Eli. Dream said that earlier. Bruce is asking, where are you, Chris? Chris comes and goes like once a year or so. Like some of these people that have been a part of those, part of the communities that I've been a part of in the past, they come and go every so often. So, I really don't value someone's message like that just comes in every now and then and just takes a stab at you, right? Not a big deal. Dream says, thank you always, Coach. So, another thing, what this creator, this RJ Blogs creator was saying is that he was criticizing my thumbnails, saying that because I'm wondering if I should even show you here. Let me see. Let me actually do this. Let me show you some examples here. If I go, let me go to a Grip on Life. Whoops, sorry. Let me go to a Grip on Life. Give me a second. Before I put this on the screen. Okay. So if I go back over to the browser source, and before I do that, let me actually make this full screen. Give me a second. Hang on. Okay, so let's do this. Let's go to Why is it not showing? Why is it not showing? That's interesting. Let me see here. Let me see. Give me a second here. Give me a second. This is interesting. Oh, what is going on here? Why is it not showing up? Oh, I think I know what's going on. That's why. Here we go. There we go. All right. Now it's on the screen. So this is my channel here, right? Okay. So this guy criticizes my banner, my channel art, and I believe my channel icon, which you see right there, it says a grip on life at the top, right? Can you folks see that clearly on your end? If you're on your phone, you tilt your phone landscape, you'll be able to see it better, and then you just turn off the chat that's going to be scrolling on full screen. But yeah, so my branding is a grip on life. I help people get the best possible grips on their life so that way they can accomplish whatever it is that their heart desires. That's my elevator pitch. If I ever saw somebody on an elevator, nowadays it's more digital, but that's how we used to do things in person, right? Your elevator pitch. Ever heard of that phrase? You don't hear it that much anymore because we're more digital now, like I said, right? But there's my channel icon. It's a fist with a little light blue black background. Sorry, with a light blue background, right? Symbolizing a grip on life, right? That's part of my branding, right? Next thing you know, he criticizes my thumbnails. If I scroll up here, he says, your red backgrounds and your yellow text with black outline, while those may be good for billboards outside of YouTube, they're not pleasing to the eye on YouTube. Now, let me ask you, American Dream. You've been sharing my stuff a lot lately. I gotta go and share a bunch of your stuff on my community tab as well. But let me ask you something, Dream. When you're scrolling through your feed, your home feed on your YouTube app, right? Do you see my thumbnails pop up and do they stand out? Be honest with me, right? Because that statement that RJ Blogs creator made, saying that these are not pleasing to the eye, and the red background, and those colors are great for getting people's attention, but not on YouTube. So you're telling me that these do not get people's attention? Let's ask the audience. Let me ask the audience here that's in the chat. Do you notice my thumbnails, and are they not pleasing to the eye? And whether they're not pleasing to the eye or not, do you notice them and do you click on them? All that matters is that you see them, right? And even if it's not pleasing to the eye, if you see it and you read the title and you like the title, you're still going to probably click in to view the video or live stream, right? You tell me, right? And he's using a professional picture of him on the right, right? And he should be using more of a cartoonish picture like most people are using nowadays. Nope, that's not what most people do. That's maybe what you do. To each its own, right? Your thumbnails catch my attention and I recognize it instantly because it's branding, right? Thank you, Dream. Right? Now, I change them up at times. Don't get me wrong. Like if I go through here, this is just a search I did from my Coach Eli Classics channel, typing in a grip on life. But see, sometimes I'll create, look, it's Coach Eli, a locale and more. I add a little image on there. Other times I'll change the color, like I give up with a yellow background. And then I have a different picture there, right? With my fists, which he even criticized that. He criticized that, saying that, I'm an advocate for, leftist, extremist type of stuff. I gotta tell you, Dream and everyone else, I think this guy's out of his mind. I think he's a little jelly that I market and brand myself very well, right? But let me share with you some other examples, because this guy is a fool in my opinion. No disrespect. Where did I get the idea for my thumbnails? Coach Corey Wayne is the coach that basically gave me the idea to start this coaching business. One of the ideas, because he was saying, look, learn the principles, start your own channel, and you can coach too. He said that in many videos in the past, right? So let's do this. Let's go to Coach Corey Wayne, right? Let's go to Coach Corey Wayne, right? Now, let's look at Coach Corey Wayne, who has 442,000 subscribers, right? Yeah, Bruce, are you laughing because RJ Vlogs is a fool, right? He looks like a fool right now, right? He's just trying to get attention, right? That troll that was in here using his name, and I banned him before we started. Actually, if you go back and watch the replay, folks, you'll hear me mention the troll's comments. That troll was saying everything that I feel was funny, but I couldn't let him stay for the show, right? So look at Coach Corey Wayne, 442,000 subscribers, 2,336 videos. Look at his channel icon. It's simply his face, right? He's a shaved head guy like myself, and he even embraces it himself. He even says, look, if you don't like what this shaved head mofo has to say, you can go elsewhere, right? But let's look at his thumbnails. Let's look at Coach Corey Wayne's thumbnails. How similar are they to mine? And they're a little bit lighter and stuff, and he's been using the same ones for years. And in my opinion, they're probably a little more plain compared to mine, but I like them because he's branded himself this way, right? Look at this one here. I became a dream girl's priority. It says Coach Corey Wayne, and on the right, it shows his picture, kind of like in the same way mine appears, right? Yes, you are right, says Bruce, right? Okay. Why she got her own place and needs space, right? Now you tell me. Mine may be a little bit more brighter, red and yellow, right? I use Photoshop and I do my own thumbnails. I think Corey Wayne had somebody make him this, and then he just changed it. He changes the text for the title every day, right? But let's look at his last two videos. How many views is he getting, right? His last video, he got 14,000 views a day ago. The one before that, 11,000 views. Let's see, 8 more, right? 13,000 views, 20,000 views, 15,000 views, 15,000 views. Huh. So, Mr. RJ Vlogs, you're gonna keep talking about me anyway. I don't really care. I don't really care. So you're sitting here telling me that my branding sucks, right? You're telling me my branding is no good. You're telling me I should do a whole refresh on my channel. No, I'm not going to do that. It works just fine. Let's go to one more channel here. Another coach I respect next to Corey. Corey Wayne is the one I respect the most. The second most respected coach I like is Coach Dan Bacon. Dan Bacon. Let's go to Dan Bacon, okay? Now, Dan Bacon, if you look at his channel icon, it's just a picture of him. And then down below, that's the hair of his wife, right? Now, he will occasionally make some thumbnails, like, do you make these mistakes? And then put a picture of a cute chick, right? But let me do this. Let me go and show you some of Dan Bacon's past thumbnails. Look at this one. Look at this one. How to talk to women and make them want you. What to say and do. And look, his picture's on the right. Look at that. Look at that. Very similar to my thumbnails. Wow. 15K, amazing. Well, he's been around for a while. He's been around for over 10 years. Dream. Look at the one down below. Look at the one down below that says 9 signs of male insecurity that turn women off. Great video. I've seen all his videos. Look at the thumbnail. Look what it says. It says 9 signs of male insecurity that turn women off. He has a picture of him on the right with his girlfriend. Or it's his wife now. And it says Dan Bacon. Let's see how many views he gets. How many views did Dan Bacon get on that video? Dan Bacon on that video got 1.7 million views. Let's go further down. Similar concept as mine, right? Which is why I know mine will eventually take off. A surprising truth about what really attracts women. 140,000 views. Look at this one here. 5 things every man needs to know. There's a picture of Dan Bacon on the right, just like mine, right? And here's somebody that's jealous and bitter, exposing Dan Bacon because you're trying to leverage him because you're jealous that he's a good coach. Look at what these people do. And then they take Dan Bacon's picture and they put the devil horns at the top. You see that? That's like their version, of what RJ Vlogs and these other people see me as, right? So do you see what I'm talking about? Do I have to even go any further, right? Now, doing these types of thumbnails to change it up and using like this Dan Biggin video a year ago, what to do if a girl loses interest. This is what works, and put a cute picture of a woman. That can work too. But even just branding yourself, people recognizing your picture, people recognizing your thumbnail's colors, your thumbnail's fonts with the verbiage on them, they get used to that. What's more important is getting used to what they get when they click to view your videos or your live streams, right? Because if they end up liking you and they want to come back and see you whenever you go live or do a video, all it's going to take is for them to recognize your thumbnail, and that's called branding. But see, this guy in not North Carolina, that's the other guy. This guy in Louisiana seems to think he's a branding guru and expert. That's fine. I'll tell you what, RJ Vlogs, if you want to continue playing this game, I don't care. I'm going to keep moving forward my way. Let's see 1 year from now who has more views and subscribers, because it's going to take me that amount of time to build my network slowly with this method, which is the right way, instead of doing it the way you're doing it. And here's the thing, dude, even if you're marketing and branding your channel professionally, you got the wrong audience there. You've got a drama audience, right? And then you delete your streams because, well, this is just my fun. These are just my fun streams, right? These are just my fun streams. I run them on my main channel because it's monetized and I have super chats, right? So you can't even keep your streams up, right? And your streams are run with no replay value. Talk about branding. Another thing about branding, okay? And making it easy for people to consume your content. If you do live streams like I do live streams to where they have a replay value, like I've been talking about. Let me ask you guys in the chat. If you miss my live streams, do they have great replay value most of the time? Could somebody go and watch this stream a year down the road and learn something that would help them? Correct me if I'm wrong. Please be honest. Be honest, right? Well, let's do this. One more thing. Just to appease RJ Vlogs, because he just loves me so much, okay? Let's go back to a grip on life, my channel. And let's click into the channel, right? Let's click into the channel, right? And let's look at my channel art, right? Let's look at my channel art, right? Now, what I'm going to do, let me do this so you can see it on the screen. Let me do this. Let's go and click on, let's just move this over a little bit, okay? So you can see it, all right? It's not perfect, but I'm not looking to make it perfect. I just want you folks to see it, okay? So let's say you click on my channel on a laptop or a desktop, right? This is what you're going to see. Dream says, most of the people on YouTube are probably good character. Only a few misfits and effective viewers watch drama channels. Yep, yeah, makes sense. So you click on my channel, right? You see this up top here. He says my channel art sucks. I love my channel art. I made it myself. I'm not a graphics designer, but I'm pretty good with Photoshop and pretty good at creating my own stuff, right? And right now, I don't have the budget to hire people. I'm not saying I can't afford it. I could, but I'm not at the point where it's even worth it right now. And quite frankly, I already love what I have, right? You go on my channel, light blue background. There's the grip fist, a grip on life, business and personal success tips, www.coacheli.com. And there's my picture that I use on my thumbnails. It's recognizable. People get used to it. When they see it, they're like, that's Eli. I want to see his stuff. If you like me, you're going to see it. You're going to just click automatically on it. Doesn't matter what the title is. You're going to click on it, right? Because you just want to see the latest from me, right? That's branding. That's branding, right? A grip on life. Again, it's my brand. 4K subscribers. Okay? There is my channel icon. When people see that blue grip, that's me, unless they see the clone channels, which there are many of those out there too. But you'll be able to see that I have 4K subscribers and they have like typically under 100 or 0, right? Okay. And again, you go to my channel and look, I've got my members only videos, which I actually have different thumbnails. I actually use the background of those members only videos to, to be my thumbnail. You know why? Because I make them in a way where I put the text in the background while I'm speaking in my members only videos. And you can see right there, listen to your body. Ignore people that hinder your progress. When nothing's working, what's next, right? You see all that? Okay. And then you come down here, you have latest uploads, my Walking with Purpose videos, right? Okay. You see that? Okay. I've got different types of thumbnails. I've tested different types of things, different colors, different stuff, right? But what's consistent throughout all my thumbnails? It's this one same picture right here. Now, I have a few different pictures, but it's me expressing myself in a different way. But this picture on the right is recognizable. You correct me if I'm wrong, right? Defective, I mean, says Dream. Oh, that's what you meant on your last message? Okay. I'll get to the chat in just a second. All right. We've been on for 2 hours and 40 minutes. We're going to be wrapping this up very soon. Get your questions in, folks, if you have any questions. So, yes, there's a difference between branding and marketing a YouTube channel or branding and marketing yourself on other social media platforms and branding yourself, like on a billboard that you'd see as you're driving by on the highway. There's a huge difference, right? When you're branding yourself on a highway billboard that's on the side of the highway, right? Let me do this real quick. Let me actually go back to full screen. When you're branding yourself on a highway billboard, like I said, on the side of a highway, you literally have, 5 to maybe 10 seconds to catch the person's attention because they're going to be driving typically at around 65, 70 miles an hour, right? So you gotta catch their attention quick, right? And you have to make it so memorable to the point of where when they stop driving, maybe they'll go on their phone and buy your product or remember you later on that evening, right? With a YouTube channel, it's about one thing. Mark my words. It's about one thing. Okay, yes, the thumbnails will help people, will help people to click into your video. The title will help, right? Okay, all of that's going to help. But what's going to keep people coming back and spend more time, give you more watch time so that way the YouTube algorithm can promote you to other people? It's who you are, what you say, how you present yourself. It's your message. It's how you relate to and connect with your audience. That's the best branding right there. That is the best branding right there, right? Just like I've been connecting with these people here. Bruce has been here all the time. I'm thankful and grateful for you, Bruce. Thank you for being here. American Dream's been here. I'm thankful and grateful. And then there are some other people watching, which are probably people from the other side. And they're probably frustrated and saying, "Oh, you don't know what you're talking about." That's fine. Let's see 1 year from now, if you want to compare the RJ Vlogs channel to the Agrippa on Life channel 1 year from now, or by the end of this year, 2021, before the new year of 2022, who do you think is going to be ahead? Who do you think is going to have more subscribers and views, right? And have a more profitable, sustainable business? Now, he's going to say, "I'm not running it as a business." Okay, that's fine. Okay. But obviously, you feel the need to criticize my branding and marketing. So why would you even care if you're not running it as a business and don't feel the need to compete with me, right? I don't feel the need to compete with you, but seems like you certainly do, right? Let's see. Let me see what's going on in the chat here. Your thumbnails catch my attention and I recognize it instantly, says Dream. Thank you, Dream. LOL says Dream. Bruce says LOL. Yeah, yes, you are right. Wow, he is killing it on YouTube. Oh yeah, no, those other coaches, I envy them. They're amazing guys. I've learned a lot. The two coaches that I've learned the most from are Corey Wayne and Dan Bacon. Most, if not all, of my information that I share here. I'm not saying I didn't know any of it before I knew about them, but the way they presented it was in a way unlike anything I've heard. I learned it from them. I'm very grateful and thankful for them. And I model a lot of my business through their business. And that's what Coach Corey Wayne was even telling people to do. American Dream 6.2, he is playing. His isn't too catching. Wow, says Dream. 15K, amazing. He's talking about Corey Wayne's thumbnails. His thumbnails are nice. You're talking about Corey Wayne, and you're talking about Dan Bacon as well. American Dream 6.2 says, most of the people on YouTube are probably good character. Only a few misfits and effective viewers watch drama channels. I already read that earlier. Great. Thank you, Dream. You meant to say most of the people on YouTube are probably good character and only a few misfits and you meant to say defective viewers watch drama channels. Okay, that makes sense. That makes more sense. Bruce says, Eli, these people are hating on you. However, they will be the first to switch up when you're famous and be like, oh, I always believed in you. LOL. You know what, Bruce, humbly speaking, you're a smart dude. That's why I think I know who you are, and you don't ever have to mention it. I think I know who you are. And you never have to tell me who you are. It doesn't matter. I respect and I appreciate you. Humbly speaking, this is going to grow one way or another because I've grown things before and I know I'm going to do it, right? I'm not trying to sound cocky or arrogant or anything. But I want to validate what you said because it deserves validation. You're right. You see, the only reason why people come at you in this way is because they see you on the right track, right? And they're trying to stop you from getting so far ahead of them to the point of where you bring no more lulls value to them, right? No more cringe value to them, right? But you're right. Let's say I get to 10K, 25K, or even 50K subs. If I get to 50K subs or 100K subs, and RJ Vlogs is at 3 or 4 or 5K, yeah, I guarantee you it'll switch. No doubt about it. And you want to know how I'll handle that at that time, Bruce? You know, most people in their head would be like thinking, you know what? You didn't want to be a part of me when I was small. You kept coming at me. Now because I'm big, you want to leverage me. Most people will be thinking, F you, right? And realistically speaking, no matter how good of a guy I am, I'd probably think a little bit like that. But you want to know how I'd come off? I'd handle it maturely. I'd say, look, I'm not interested in collaborating with you. I still want nothing to do with you. I'm not a fair weather fan of somebody. When I support someone, I support somebody from the ground up. In the days where they were grinding and struggling just to still have a chance to create content out here because people were trying to get him shut down and attacking him and his family on and offline in real life. Like these people have done a lot, right? I will never ever forget what any of these people have done to me. That's why when it gets to that point, because I'm confident it will get there, humbly speaking, Bruce, that's how I'm going to handle it. But you're right. You're right. And let me ask you, Bruce, and be honest with me, bro. Be honest with me, because we're going to wrap this up in a few. when you say, when you're famous, and it's not that I'm trying to get famous or anything, bro. Like I'm not the kind of person that, is desperate or is seeking to be famous. I just want to help as many people as possible. Why do you feel that's going to happen for me, bro? In your honest opinion, why do you feel this is going to go somewhere? Because you've said a lot of great things lately that have even been very inspiring for me, bro. And I thank you for that. I can even come out and say that as a coach. I appreciate you for that. I do. I honestly do. Exactly, Bruce. I agree completely. Why do you feel that way, Dream? Same question to you. We're at the bottom of the chat right now. We're going to be wrapping this up in just a few minutes. So, guys, let me know before I go off the air. Folks, I've been learning a lot more lately about what people buy into and how to get the right attention to get your message out to run your business properly, right? Especially out here on YouTube. Okay? Be yourself. Be real. Allow people to get to know you. And don't allow other people to derail you and throw you off guard like I let many people do to me for the last, I'd say 4 years, but for the last 6 months, I've really moved past this. Yeah, occasionally I'll talk about it. I mean, it's hard to not talk about it because my audience wants to support because they're going through it too. But honestly, folks, it's more than just about the thumbnail. It's more than just about the title. Yes, you have to have a good thumbnail and title to get them to click in, but what's going to keep them there? What's going to keep them coming back? Because just because somebody sees your video's thumbnail and clicks on it and watches 5-10 seconds of a video or a live stream replay or a live stream and they leave, they may never come back. The more and more you get people to come back, the more of an active audience you're going to have, the more watch time you're going to get, the more the YouTube artificial intelligence will recommend you to a newer audience. That's how you're going to build, right? But again, how do you get there? Once they click into your video or your live stream replay or your live stream while you're live, it's what you do and say and how you engage with them, how you treat them, how you connect with them at an emotional level that's going to keep them there and want them to make them feel like they want to keep coming back. You know what they call that? Maybe I'll do a stream on this down the road. It's called exponential growth. It's called exponential growth. And let me just tell you the definition. Let me just read the definition of exponential growth. Growth whose rate becomes ever more rapid in proportion to the growing total number or size. Okay. I'm looking for exponential growth with the formula I just stated because it's going to be sustainable long term. People are going to want to really be here because they value the message and they connect with me at an emotional level. That's the bottom line.
Exponential growth.
One more time, Google.
Exponential growth.
Exponential growth. Thank you. All right, let's check the chat one more time here. Nothing happening on Facebook. And on YouTube, Dream says, American Dream 6.2 says, Coach Eli, you will most likely become popular and successful because you're consistent, you're respectful, you're unique and creative. Thank you, Dream. That means the world to me, bro. It means the world to me. Bruce says, Eli, I just see it. You are doing YouTube exactly like everyone else who became famous. They don't really think about it and they just do it because they love what they are doing and they just grow. And next thing, they are famous. It's a touching moment, guys. That's an emotionally touching moment. And I appreciate that. It's nice to hear. I haven't heard that a lot since I've been out here on YouTube. I've dealt with many selfish people, other content creators that just care about themselves, haters that just project their insecurities. Like when you get feedback like this, that's what motivates you to keep moving forward and coming back each and every day to fight the fight and keep moving forward. So I'm going to wrap things up, folks, before we even get to the 3-hour mark. We are at 2 hours and 54 minutes. I hope you all enjoyed the show tonight. Once again, for those of you that were here live, I apologize for the late start. My sleeping pattern has been way off. I'm hoping I get it back on track soon. It is 5:56 a.m. Eastern, 2:56 a.m. Pacific. I'm hoping I can get to bed in the next hour, get up at a reasonable hour, and then come back and do a stream at a reasonable time tomorrow. More than likely, I should be back tomorrow night in the evening for another live stream. And for those of you that are wondering why I haven't done, I mentioned this the other day, but I'll say it again because, not everyone watches every video. I should be doing some more pre-recorded videos. I'm a live streamer. I'm actually a content creator. I do live and I do pre-recorded. I just haven't done a lot of pre-recorded videos lately because they take more time to do. And with a smaller audience, the amount of time and effort it takes to make them with a smaller audience is not offset by the views. They will come back. They will come back. The live streams are a great way to grow. And, there's a lot of value within my lives because I'm able to engage people and help them out with whatever they need help with. But yes, the pre-recorded videos will be back soon in 4K at 60 frames per second from the iPhone 12 Pro Max. All right. Great show. Good night, Eli, says Bruce. Good night, Bruce. Thank you for being here. I watched the whole 3 hours. Whoop, whoop, says American Dream 6.2. Yeah, well, my average watch time, because of the trolls that keep coming back and forth, it's almost 16 minutes. So I guess it's okay. Could be better, though. But yeah, 25 likes. Get those likes up, folks. Get me up to 50 likes if you can. Let's see that. Haven't seen that in a while. All right. Have yourselves a great night, and I'll see you all next time. Take care. Bye. Bye.